to say. It's time to turn the channel of the Keeler Show today.
Why do we always listen?
Keeler's always in the know.
It makes me want to call him
and tell him where to go. And now let's get things started. Andrew, let's get things started.
It's time to get things started.
On the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Keelerational. This is what we call the Keeler Show.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
So I'd like to put it into a little bit of perspective. Jeff Manaski, good morning.
Good morning.
It is, imagine 100 years ago, it was December 4th, and the people who were taking on this new endeavor that had never been done before here, you know, there was a radio station in Syracuse, there was a radio station in Albany, there was a radio station in New York City. And back then, the Clear Channel stations, like 81 WGY, it was the only one at 81. That's the interesting thing if you wonder about a little bit of radio. At the time, it was the only one at 810 AM, WGY.
In the state?
In the country.
Oh, wow.
And who knows, maybe the world at that point. But it was the only one at 810. Trying to stop this. I bet they didn't have this problem. Well, the touch screen just isn't working.
Well, I think back then when they were playing music, wasn't it live? They would go.
They would have to do live, yes.
Hey, knock it off. Stop playing. I want to talk now.
Cue the tuba. Cue the tuba. Anyway, imagine they have this moment where so back to the 810, the reason when you turn on your AM radio at night and you hear the stations flying all over the place and it's like skip, is the AM signal bounces off the ground. But if you're the only one at 810, or you're the only one wherever on the dial, then you don't have that interference. So that's why those stations back then could be heard all over the country, and in some cases around the world. Nonetheless, imagine 100 years ago on December 4th, 1925, they've got the tower done, and they got the engineer. I guess back then they probably would be called an engineer. The technician would. I've got the tower ready. We've got the only thing I've got to do today is connect the wires, and we'll do a little bit of a test, and then tomorrow morning, on December 5th, 1925, we will go live with a radio station. Such an exciting day today would have been for them, is what I'm trying to get to. Tim Reed, good morning.
Morning. I was a mere child.
A mere child in 1925. But imagine, you have your own things where, all right, tomorrow's the day, we're launching such and such a thing tomorrow.
Yeah.
This new concept of radio and broadcasting to your community was going live tomorrow, in somewhere around 24 hours away.
So, and with the promise in mind, too, like once we launch, we're on forever.
Yeah, well, that's the hope.
Not forever, but for the next 100 years.
Maybe back then they were only on, we're on every day from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. every day, or whatever, I don't know. But before long, people would be sitting around their parlors and living rooms with the radio, and they would be listening to Fibber, McGee, and Molly and all of that stuff.
I think one of the things is you just think about what a monumental change it was 100 years ago for the immediacy of news, right?
Right.
Back in the old days, you were waiting for, I don't know, newspaper, the Pony Express, or whatever the heck it was, and now it was literally right in your living room.
It was weird. Halloween last year, I was walking through one of those old cemeteries where they go back well into the early 1900s, 1800s, and all you could hear was, "That's not news. That's not news," because you can imagine what they would think about our news today. That's not news. We wouldn't broadcast that.
Everything's page 6.
Everything is page 6. That's exactly right. Well, good morning, everybody. Tomorrow is going to be a big day because We'll dip into it a little bit today, but tomorrow is the day that this station signed on 100 years ago. And I do remember when I started here 14 years ago, 13, whatever it was, 14? 15 years ago? I can't even
13?
remember.
Yeah.
Is it 13? Was it 12?
2012, yeah.
So in a month, though, it'll be your 14th year.
It'll be the 14th. So I remember back then, they're like, in 14 years... 14 years, we'll be celebrating our 100th anniversary here. And I'm like, wow, I'll never be here. Yeah.
It's a good thing they didn't have Kashi back then, betting the over-under.
Oh, that's exactly. Yeah, they would all have gone with the under, I'm afraid. Okay, so we have some tickets to give away for the Teddy Bear Toss, which is Saturday night at the Adirondack Bank Center, 7 p.m. And it's going to be a doozy of a game as Utica takes on Oswego State. Utica, I think, ranked 10th in the country. Oswego may be like 4th or 5th. And it's going to be a big game, Tim.
Yeah.
And then, providing all works out the way it's supposed to, when Utica scores its first goal, you throw the teddy bears onto the ice. And over the years, New York Sash has raised thousands and thousands of stuffed animals and teddy bears for kids in the area in need. Let's see. Thursday night football is on tonight. We'll have the game here live today, Davey.
Should be a good one.
Yeah.
Both teams in the playoff hunt. Dallas has played well better. I think they ended Kansas City's playoff hopes last Thursday on Thanksgiving Day. The Lions have kind of slipped up a bit. Believe it or not, the Bears lead that division.
Yeah.
The Packers, Lions, at times this year have thought to be favorites to win the NFC, but the Bears currently lead that division. I do expect a good game and hopefully an entertaining, high-scoring game.
And that'll be, we'll have that game tonight, live, with the pregame show, Davey, beginning at
7:30.
7:30.
And I've been here for 100 years, too.
It feels like it, doesn't it?
30.
It
Weight on his
feels-
shoulders.
How long have you been here?
It was 30. It's 30 this year.
30 years. Holy moly in the morning.
So I was here at the 75th anniversary of WIBX.
Wow.
Jeff, you were too, weren't you?
No, I was not. I just missed it. I think I have a coffee mug, though, that commemorates it. It was laying around on one of the shelves, and they told me.
Yeah.
I think that was my pay that week.
I think they, was there a 75th? Because I know everything I have is the 85th. So there was also an 85th anniversary. Anything for the sales department to make a sale, right?
Yes, our 87th and 4-month anniversary we
right.
did once, too.
And here is a great story that we have coming in this morning. I am really excited about this. Mark Sokolowski is the DPW commissioner in the city of Utica. We'll be able to talk a little snow and all of that with Mark today. The councilperson, Samantha Testa, will be in this morning as well. So not only is Mark the owner of, or the DPW commissioner, but he's also the owner of, we got to roll, make that roll. He's also the owner of the Dinghy Bar.
Oh, he is?
In
Yes.
downtown
I didn't
Utica.
know that.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
And that place gets some traffic. They, especially after games and stuff, they get some real traffic. There is on the, so I guess that would be in downtown Utica.
West side.
On the west side of downtown before you cross into the arterial. I don't know, Tim, was that still considered West Utica or?
Well, it was.
Before the arterial. After
exactly.
the arterial, the West Utica is on
was
the west
cut
side.
off.
Yeah.
But that side is, I think
The west side.
Bargain
Grocers
on that
over there.
side,
Yep.
Holy Trinity Church.
Yep.
So, that's one of the complaints
Johnny
that they've had.
LaPiccolo lives over there. Small towns. Okay, so Mark had this idea of this is the coolest thing, I think. He had this idea to get a whole bunch of friends, and I think there may be 20 of them. The horse? They all chipped in and bought a racehorse. And they have a female jockey, and the racehorse is racing Saturday at Aqueduct. And they're going to come in and talk about it, and you can look for it. You can watch it on, I guess, TV, wherever you watch your horse racing. You can go to the OTB and bet on it if you want, or wherever. But the name of the horse is Dinghy Bar, appropriately named.
So,
isn't that? And they're coming in. We're going to speak with the jockey this morning.
that's really cool. Is this the new let's all have an office pool and buy some lotto tickets for the big drawing?
Right. Instead of
Let's
that,
get a horse?
Instead of that, we buy a horse.
Let me tell you something, though. That lottery ticket's got to get paid every day. So, I mean, horses are like, they're kind of like, I don't know, they're boats with four legs.
And especially when you're dealing with racing horses, thoroughbreds, and all of that stuff. These have to be pampered.
Yep.
These horses, and you got to pay your jockey. So I mean, if it is 20, maybe it's more than 20 people that have all chipped in, but they all chipped in, and they all are part owners of this horse. It's a pretty cool story. So we'll speak with them later on this morning. Head coach Gary Heenan is in this morning. That teddy bear toss, as we said, is coming up. John Swan will be in later. John was the news director here at IBX back when it signed on in 1925. We'll speak with John.
John really appreciates that. He's already messaged him to say he thanks you greatly.
Ryan Nobles from NBC. We missed him yesterday. He's on later this morning. I did see him on Nightly News last night, covering the Epstein weird dental room. Like a dentist's office with a whole bunch of creepy masks all over the wall. It was the photos are online. You can check it out. Also, John Decker, Chief White House Correspondent with Great TV, will be on. And we'll also be speaking with Ryan Schmelz from Fox News Radio. In fact, he's here right now. Ryan, good morning.
Good morning.
Did you see any of these pictures of the... I don't even know what to think. The dental chair at Epstein's beautiful estate
in the
tropics on the island, and it had all these creepy masks all over the wall.
I did not see that. No.
Yeah. Look for it.
Yeah.
Like the one mask that you can get a really good glimpse of is like a really creepy-looking old white guy with a mustache. I don't know. Really odd. GOP, I got to tell you, they seem to be tightening the strings on Mr. Hegseth right now. There's a lot going on here, and instead of just Democrats complaining, you have a split Republican Party right now, Ryan.
Oh, yes. You've got the top Republicans on the Armed Services Committee saying pretty extensively that they need, answers about what's happening. So we understand that Admiral Bradley, who is the commander in charge of this operation that's under question, he is going to be speaking either in person or virtually to lawmakers on both of those committees as well as the intel committees. And, what we find out, we'll have to wait and see. But Hegseth has said that he was the commander in charge, and he was the person who, in fact, ordered that that alleged second strike on that cartel vessel, where the Washington Post is alleging that there were people on board who were wounded, who were taken out. So that would, in some cases, some believe that would be considered a war crime. But, of course, lawmakers are trying to wait and see what ultimately happened here and what the actual facts are.
Well, and it is it's difficult for Hegseth to, I mean, even in his book, if you go into some of the excerpts out of his book, he talks about telling his troops, don't listen to the lawyers, don't listen to Washington. You do what I tell you to do. I don't care if they say it's illegal. That's written in his book, and this is kind of that whole thing. And you kind of feel like that's his personality is take them all out. The question is going to be, but apparently you have people within the military who are having a problem with this, and this is where these leaks are coming from. It is, in fact, there were two overnight, I believe, two more that came out and spoke to the Associated Press, and without revealing their identity, saying that it was Hegseth that actually said, kill them all, and ordered the second shot. So this is going to be interesting to see what happens on Capitol Hill today through all of this.
Yes, and we haven't heard from Admiral Bradley yet. Keep that in mind.
That is true.
A lot of what we've heard from are either these sources talking to different news outlets. We're hearing from Hegseth directly with President Trump and the White House. But we haven't heard from Admiral Bradley. So obviously these hearings will be classified, so I don't know how much we're going to have to be able to get out of it from an intel standpoint. But we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. All right. Okay, Ryan. Interesting stuff. By the way, yesterday the president said, we have the video. Let's release it. I'll release the whole thing. I'm good with it. Release the video.
He's all for it.
Yeah, that's right. Pete,
Take the heat off
meanwhile,
him.
That's right. You can do
hours.
it. That's right. Hey, Pete, I had your back. Those days are gone. All right, Ryan. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Of course, thank you.
All right, Ryan Schmelz with Fox News Radio. Let me ask.
I knew you were going to do this.
I had to ask.
Yeah.
There have been, when you go back to World War II, let's go back to World War II. This
Right.
doesn't include you. I
Yes,
understand.
thank you.
But even then, there were some maybe generals who didn't necessarily want to listen to
Yeah.
Washington.
Right.
And they did what they thought was right, and they didn't care.
Yeah.
So this is not an old Washington versus the lawyers versus the people on the ground.
Or General MacArthur during the Korean War, who decided he wanted to drop nuclear weapons on China, and
Well, it's
the
good that we-
general, the president was mildly miffed about that.
Yeah,
and,
that
he
could
got
be
fired.
could cause a problem.
Yeah.
But someone who has been there come those moments.
Right.
I'm assuming where things do happen.
Right.
It's war.
Exactly.
And war is ugly.
Right.
And terrible. Are you surprised by this? And certainly, I'm not with Hegseth. By the way, I
Right.
feel like he's rogue to begin with.
I don't know. I feel like Pete's a little bit in over his head.
Yeah.
You know,
felt that way. You felt that way right in the beginning.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I mean, just because you're a good soldier doesn't mean you're a good general.
Right,
I mean,
right.
You've got the Defense Department is probably, I'm guessing, probably the biggest department in
I would
the
imagine.
country, right?
Yeah, I would
when you think.
Yeah.
And just dealing with all of that stuff. What I'm very concerned about is that the next boat that we hit is going to have, they're going to put kids on it. They're going to do something that is going to make us even look worse. And listen, I'm all for the war on drugs in regards to whatever it is. I'm a little nervous about using the Navy for that. I mean, I thought that's why we had the Coast Guard, but
Yeah, I know.
it just feels like we're overstepping a bit.
Well, and this is
I know
where
Lance from Lee's going to send horrible things, or
well, I'm not.
Christian
I think,
will say, "I've got the tape." I don't know, whatever.
There are some that will, but I think Lance and Lee is probably with you.
Yeah.
And that also holds true for what's going on in our streets in democratic cities around the country.
Right.
Having the National Guard there. Going in the way that ICE is going in, deporting people. Sometimes they're American citizens. Well, we can't be perfect all the time. That's not the way we have operated as a country. So you put all of that together, please. I understand President Trump can do no wrong. I understand that. However, this is why you have a fractured Republican Party right now. I mean, just imagine not only Marjorie Taylor Greene, who has decided to go after the president,
Right.
and now has decided to resign. You have our own Elise Stefanik in a battle with Mike Johnson,
Right.
questioning. All of a sudden, there's a cracks in the foundation. Because these people have to now run for re-election in the midterms, and there's a lot of unrest going on that is kind of, you'd have to say, well, with all the good that is being done,
Right.
there's a lot of ugly that goes along with this, and they got to live with that on in their communities when they're going back to ask for a vote for re-election.
I think this Tennessee vote is a huge warning sign for the Republicans.
It is very close.
I mean,
Shouldn't have been close.
Trump carried it by 22 points.
Yeah.
What the guy won by 9,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
And I mean, she was cray. I mean, when you go in there and say, I hate
country
Nashville
music.
and I hate country music, you are really
And
touching the
she's-
third rail, and
and
she still
yeah.
came close.
she still came close. And some of the stuff, you look through her history.
Yeah. No, but that's when she was a private citizen. So apparently
it doesn't matter.
they have this brain thing that occurs when you become a politician.
Yeah, all of a sudden you don't say stupid things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right.
Never.
Yeah, she was crazy. And the stuff that they had on her, crazy, yet she still came close. Yeah. And that should have been a 30-point margin, and it wasn't. So that is a bit of a warning sign, I would think. So, listen, worth taking a look at. And the other thing that I find really something, and again, please don't yell at me over this, because you will not hear this on this station after 9 a.m., I promise you. But number one, you know how a president will go in and the hair goes from, Obama's hair went from like black to white over the course of an 8-year term or even a 4-year term. I don't know. It's been 6 months, and Trump has gone. His hair is white now.
Yeah, he's not.
Well, I believe he was probably, maybe he'll say no, but probably dyeing his hair. But that hair is not. His hair's white, and he does look tired.
Yeah, he certainly looks like he's aged over the last 2-3 weeks, like several years.
You're going
over the past couple weeks.
3 weeks. Anyway,
and you mentioned his hair. No, he's not tan anymore. He's no longer the orange, right? They always used to call him orange. And that hair, it's all white now. He really does look like it's kind of caught up with him quick.
Well, there's a lot. Well, just being president of the United States is just. We talked about it. Every president.
Look at the picture of Obama from when he started to when he ended.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a meat grinder.
And it is interesting to he was young enough where he has quite the potential long life afterwards. And he looks like the world of pressure has just been lifted off his shoulders. And that's understanding that he was running the White House for Joe Biden. Wasn't that the rumor that was going on?
So, and just to be fair, it was always notable that like Trump was able to take all this on, and he does a barrage of press, weekly, and
just to be fair on that, there are people who enjoy arguing, and Donald Trump loves to argue. So if he loves to play golf, he loves to argue. So people are like, this man gives to his country. He speaks to the media every day. Yes, because he loves fighting with them, and he loves beating them up and calling them names, and all of that does happen. So I don't know where will we be come next year at this time when we have made our way through the midterm elections. What will the outcome be?
It was always notable, though, that he didn't seem to age in his first term, and through the 4 years that he wasn't president, he kind of just seemed to brush off the age thing. But with the picture I saw of him yesterday, I'm like, oh my goodness, he does look like he's aged significantly in 3 weeks.
All right, stand by. We'll come right back here. It's 6:44. Tim is in. We have, and maybe they're outside right now, Samantha Testa, Mark Sokolowski, the Department of Transportation, the DPW in the city of Utica, and they have a horse. I'm pretty excited about it. They're bringing the horse in. Bring him right in. Bring him right in with it. I got a carrot. Nuts. Manaski brought in some straw to feed him, baby. Bring him right in. Hold on. We'll break at WIBX.
Are you sick of being just a number or doing a mindless job? Become a craftsman in a trade. Become an IBEW electrician. The IBEW and the Electrician Training Alliance will give you all the tools necessary at their state-of-the-art training facility. Earn as you learn. Paid training while you get your certification. What are you waiting for? Become an IBEW Local 43 electrician. Call or go online today to learn more. Find your career at IBEW and let the Electrician Training Alliance light up your future.
It all began in 1985 with a single goal, a commitment to brighten our community. And with your kindness, that light grew brighter. Because for 40 years, you've helped Food Bank of Central New York deliver healthy food and hope. But that need continues to grow. So this year, please consider giving a little extra and make sure the light we shine together never goes out.
everyone, it's Lisa from Fit Body Boot Camp in Whitesboro and Clinton. The holidays can bring joy, but also stress, pressure, and a lot of overwhelm. That's why your 30 minutes with us matter. At Fit Body Boot Camp, you get a moment to breathe, a moment to focus on you, a space where no one judges and everyone supports. Every workout is filled with encouragement, positivity, and people who genuinely want to help you succeed. Come see why our members call this their favorite 30 minutes of their day. Happy holidays from Fit Body Boot Camp.
Stewart Shop is excited to kick off our 40th annual Holiday Match campaign. Since 1986, Holiday Match has raised more than $39 million to support local children's charities. This program runs from Thanksgiving through Christmas. And don't forget, Stewart Shops matches every donation we receive. So stop by your local Stewart's, toss your change in the bucket next to the register. Let's have another amazing Holiday Match season.
Don't like the way it's done, but it is. We're not in the lake effect bans, at least enough for the advisory, the winter weather advisory. That'll be till 4 p.m. But scattered snow showers around. Anywhere from, I'd say, none. That's the way it goes, to maybe a few inches, maybe up to 6 inches in some spots, especially north and south. As you get through Madison, Onondaga counties, into Oswego, and up further north, up into the Tug Plateau. Temperatures will get to 30 and then fall into the teens late with gusty winds. Tonight, 0 North Country, easily well below 0. Wind chills below 0. A sunny, cold Friday in the mid-20s. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Hey, you want to give the gift they'll actually use this holiday? Peace of mind? Give the people in your life something that will protect them. Go to BYRNA.com today. They are the world leader in less lethal personal defense. It's compact, it's concealable, it's powerful. The newest burner compact fits in a pocket, a purse, while delivering real stopping power for up to 60 feet away. I carry one every day. I recommend every family have a burner, every person have one. Now, it fires potent, kinetic, and aerosol rounds that can stop any attacker in their tracks for up to 40 minutes. It's legal in all 50 states. You don't need a background check. It ships right to your door. Burner gives both the gift giver and the recipient peace of mind, not just for the holidays, but all year round and for many years to come. Protect your loved ones. Safety is priceless. Visit BYRNA.com today and find the right launcher for you and your family. That's BYRNA.com.
Hurt in a car? Call William Attar. 315-444-4444.
Mark Twain tonight. Emmy Award-winning actor Richard Thomas brings to life the nation's one true comic genius.
It's a comical invention, the human race, any way you look at it.
Join the millions who have cheered for the legendary one-man show by Hal Holbrook. Don't miss Mark Twain tonight.
Out of all the things I've lost, I miss my mind the most.
Mark Twain Tonight, presented by Broadway Utica at the Stanley Theater, January 13th at 7 p.m. BroadwayUtica.org for tickets.
Celebrating 100 years.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, good morning. And I thought this morning was the morning it was going to be really cold.
Yeah, so...
Because it said Thursday morning lows would be down near 0. And it's like 30 degrees out there right now. We're down to 29.
Yeah, it seems like it got kicked back a day.
Yeah, I guess.
Not bad, actually. Some of the snow was melting. I know it's not above freezing, but it was melting.
Well, it was, and this cold weather that we're about to receive looks like it's going to last for a little while. So I do have some comments that we'll get into coming up here, and
we got a couple here as well.
All right, go ahead. Tell me.
Well, okay. So Wayne says Trump actually has a reason for looking tired. He's the hardest working president in history, and is being nonstop attacked since he has gone all in. Let's mix in some talk about how Biden was and became. How he aged to where he became a controlled puppet.
Listen, Wayne, I just have to say, I don't agree with that. Trump brings it on. He loves it. He loves the fight. This whole woe is me thing, can you believe they came after him? He loves it. He thrives on it. He has thrived on it through his entire career as a developer in New York City. I mean, think about it. This is what he loves. And At what point is Biden no longer president? At what point is this Trump's presidency? It's time to let the Biden thing go. The guy could barely walk, let alone when he was riding a bicycle. He couldn't ride a bicycle when he could ride a bicycle. I mean, remember the day when they just came up and he pulled up to the cameras and then just like tipped over? It's like you're a little kid, learning how to ride a bike, forgetting you got to put your feet down. Nope. But I do not, and maybe he is the hardest working president ever, but I don't think that's happening now. They say his day doesn't start until 11 or 12. Maybe that's because he's up tweeting all night long or whatever it is. But, this is beginning to get out of control, I'm afraid. And there are cracks in the foundation. You just got to look at it for what it is, because guess what? Republicans wanted to try to retain control of at least one of the houses, because if the Democrats take control of the Senate and the House, nothing will get done.
City Comptroller Bill Morehouse essentially saying that he kind of supports the raids or the attacks on those boats. He mentioned that he had a member in his family who died very young because of a drug situation, and it involved fentanyl. He also said...
by the way, Bill, why that doesn't work is the father who has to live with the fact that he found out that his child was being molested by somebody. The first thing the police tell you is, if you go after the guy that did this, you'll be the one sitting in jail. That's not how we work as Americans. I'm sorry. Well, you just don't kill people. There's a process. And here's the other part. We have still not received any evidence that these are actually drug boats, that we know there are drugs on every one of these boats. And the reality is, if you hit it the first time and there are survivors, it's a war crime to go in and finish the job. And I'm not okay with that. And we shouldn't be as Americans.
And Lance and Lee says, unfortunately, he's kind of mocking me because I forgot my laptop yesterday. He says, congratulations on coming prepared to work today. I had a couple of good...
How does he know this?
He's watching on YouTube.
Okay.
He said, I had a couple of good questions yesterday. Unfortunately, Bill ignored them. Typical lefty.
Okay. Speaking of lefty, Lance, if there's anybody that's a lefty, I'm not able to figure out where you are. By the way, I want to thank Rick Brower, who brought me something very special. And Rick, I appreciate it greatly, and I'm going to save these for my paintbrushes. We're doing some painting. But he brought me old CVS plastic bags from when he said he used to work over there. And you can't find these plastic bags anywhere but a Chinese store.
Yeah.
They've got them all. So, any others that you have?
I do not have any more comments at this time.
And I have a couple here. The problem is, this is Joe Joseph, is we've been fighting this war since the 70s and we keep losing. I think that's the reason they're trying something new with the Navy. Maybe. I just disagree with it. I don't think that is the answer. And I don't know what's going on in Venezuela. But if we think that going into Venezuela is going to be an easy trip militarily, it's right back to Vietnam-style guerrilla warfare. And the number of people. Caracas alone is filled with so many poor people. How do you attack Caracas without just killing thousands and thousands of innocent poor people, women, children, and pedestrians? It's a mess.
One of the things
I don't know what we're doing there.
I think the MAGA people have a problem with is, when the president was elected for his second term, it was the whole idea of the economy, the onshoring, the this, the that, the whatever. Now there's a big complaint about affordability, and I think he's falling into a trap in regards to telling people that things are cheaper if in their mind they are cheaper, and that we're looking at potential foreign entanglements, whether it's Venezuela. We hopefully Gaza's going to get straightened away, although we seem to have not done well for the first 2,000 years, but maybe we'll figure it out.
Maybe we figured it out this time.
Ukraine, and I trust Putin about as far as I could throw him.
I think we're too cozy with Putin. This trying to cut this deal and giving up territory is a huge mistake. I mean, think about it. We are the outlier in the world right now, and what used to be since World War II, an alliance that has done pretty well for fighting communism and dictatorships. So we can say that, boy, the rest of the world doesn't look all that good now. What would it look like had this alliance not happened? And there's an interesting documentary that, I don't know if it's a documentary, but it's a movie or whatever. What life would have been like had Hitler actually won. That's something to watch. So when you really take a long look at this, as bad as the world is, what would it be like without this alliance? And what would it be like without the United States standing by Europe?
Right.
Kind of wonder. Anything else? I guess that was my comment. So, Joe, I'm not all with you on that, to be honest. Chuck,
there you go.
Is it Chuck Lester?
Yes.
All I see is a pile of something that looks like chocolate. Chuck is one of those. Who is all in. Trump can do absolutely no wrong, and shame on anyone who ever questions what's being done. So there you have Tucker Carlson, you have Marjorie Taylor Greene, et cetera, et cetera. These are all people that are breaking away. I'm just stating the obvious, that you have MAGA people breaking away from Trump right now, and this is all happening on the doorstep of the midterm elections. Not a good place to be right now.
Chuck said, thank God you're only on until 9, the only Fox channel that spews NBC News.
Get on your stilts and go fix something there, Chuck. Come on. What else do I have? Have you seen the drunken skunk? And isn't that so? No, it's not a skunk. It's a raccoon.
Drunk raccoon.
This raccoon somehow made its way into was it a liquor store?
Yes.
And got into the booze, got into some rum. If you've ever seen the videos, I mean, go away from politics for a moment and just search on YouTube cute, in quotations, raccoon videos.
Yeah.
And people around the world apparently have outdoor cameras and they videotape the raccoons. Raccoons are bears do the same thing. They're so human-like. And they're incredibly smart. Raccoons are smart.
Yeah.
Just when you think they can't get into your garbage, they may already be there. They somehow untwisted the caps.
That's what I was going to ask. Did he knock over a shelf and break bottles?
Their little paws are able.
Oh my goodness!
They can unscrew things. And this raccoon got so drunk that it passed out in the liquor store.
He was calling his ex and everything.
Everything.
He got so drunk.
Everything. Drunk.
Sending bad texts.
Drunk text messages.
I miss you, babe.
It was a disaster.
Oh, boy.
Donna, I agree with that. You capture them and let the judicial system do its job. Problem is, the judicial system is not doing its job. This would not be treated that way, though, because this is the federal government going after them, and they're not U.S. citizens, so I don't know how that would actually work. Yeah. Again, are we? Because if we're all in, I got some things to take care of. If it's going to be okay to grab your gun and shoot the people you know are doing something wrong, let's have at it.
It's different for government, though, than private citizens.
I guess it is.
Let's see. Morehouse says, Trump talks like an idiot a lot of the time, but he saved the United States of America. And do I have time for this? Why does the military release videos of military action, currently sinking boats off Venezuela the morning after it happens? I don't think any of this should be shown to the public. Maybe we should ask the press corps if it's okay to carry out actions the next day.
Got a break. News is next.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome.
W295EI.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, celebrating 100 years.
He was shot on a New York City sidewalk at almost exactly this time 1 year ago. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The leader of United Healthcare,
Brian Thompson, was gunned down outside of a Midtown New York hotel while in New York for his company's investors conference. The 50-year-old CEO left behind a wife and 2 children.
Fox's Chanley Painter's outside the court where the alleged killer, Luigi Mangione, will attend day 3 of a pretrial hearing, trying to get key evidence found when he was arrested at a Pennsylvania McDonald's not allowed at his murder trial,
including items in his backpack like the 3D printed firearm in silencer, personal writings and journal that laid out his disdain for health insurers, his iPhone and several USB flash drives. They also want to suppress some of his statements that he made to police allegedly at the time. They say officers were asking questions before telling him that he had a right to remain silent.
As the controversy simmers over the U.S. military operation blowing up boats off the Venezuelan coast suspected of trafficking illegal drugs, killing dozens of alleged narco-terrorists, President Trump says,
I support the decision to knock out the boats.
But Congress is investigating one particular boat attack, and this morning,
Admiral Mitch Bradley gives closed-door classified briefings to the top Democrats and Republicans on the House and Senate Armed Services Committees and the Senate Intelligence Committee. He's head of U.S. Special Operations Command, and War Secretary Pete Hegseth says ordered a second strike on a suspected drug smuggling boat in the Caribbean September 2nd, killing 2 survivors of the initial strike.
That's Fox's Chris Foster. Back to Secretary Hegseth. The spokesman says an inspector general's report due out today in another controversy exonerates him that Hegseth did not break any laws revealing information on a U.S. attack on Houthi militants in Yemen in a Signal chat group. But that report does conclude Hegseth shared info that could have put the mission at risk. Steve Witkoff will talk to a Ukrainian leader today in Miami, pushing a U.S. peace plan days after the special envoy had a long meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin, who keeps waging war. America's listening to Fox News.
Quiet down. Here she comes. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
The slim majority Republicans have in the House grows by 1 this morning when Matt Van Epps gets sworn in after winning a special congressional election in Tennessee on Tuesday. A Democrat in Congress facing corruption charges was pardoned by President Trump, who called him a target of the radical left.
Texas Representative Henry Cuellar explaining on Special Report with Brett Baer he is a conservative Democrat who has no intention of switching parties but will continue to work across the aisle.
I work with Republicans. In fact, in my elections, the reason I win is because I get the independents and I get the moderate Republicans a crossover, and I will get that again.
The 11-term congressman is running to hold on to his Rio Grande Valley seat, saying he believes he and his wife, who were indicted by the DOJ last year on charges including bribery, were targeted after he spoke out against the Biden administration's border policies.
Absolutely, it was weaponized.
Agreeing with President Trump, who in announcing their pardons alleged this. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
A doctor is now an inmate, sentenced for his role in the death of a Friends TV star.
The doctor at the center of the ketamine overdose of actor Matthew Perry, Dr. Salvador Plasencia, was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. Prosecutors were asking for 3 years. Perry's mother, Suzanne Perry, and his stepfather, Dateline journalist Keith Morrison, poured their hearts out in a victim impact letter to the judge. The statement in part called Plasencia among the most culpable of all and says their pain is a deep well with no bottom in sight. In a plea agreement, the doctor admitted to illegally selling Perry large amounts of ketamine, despite knowing he was a struggling addict. Perry had been taking ketamine legally as a treatment for depression. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures and mix not moving much. The day after the Dow surged up 408 points. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
We have mostly cloudy skies, 29 degrees. Good morning, I'm Jeff Manaski. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 7:05. This news update is brought to you by the Stanley Center for the Arts. A bed tax on hotel stays and Airbnb rentals is coming to Utica. The Common Council voting 9-0 last night to implement a 3% tax on such transactions. The fee is expected to generate at least $500,000 for city coffers. Rome Health announcing changes to maternity visitation guidelines for new mothers, babies, and families during the flu season and other illnesses here in New York State. The rules, which are effective immediately, restrict maternity visitation to adults 18 and older between noon and 8 p.m. daily. Only 2 support people are allowed in labor and delivery area as well, and visitors must be healthy with no signs of illness, according to hospital officials. The mother-baby unit will allow for up to 4 healthy adult visits at a time, excluding the child's parents. State police releasing results of their latest crackdown on dangerous drivers. From November 26th through the 30th, there were 13,000 tickets issued as part of the Thanksgiving holiday traffic enforcement period. Here in central New York, 30 drivers arrested for DWI. Tickets were also handed out for other common offenses like speeding and distracted driving. During last year's enforcement campaign, over 12,000 tickets were issued. And a Saratoga County Sheriff's Department deputy remains on administrative leave after a shooting incident. Authorities say 32-year-old Alexander Steed fired a shotgun at the Lilith Fair Apartments in Milton last Thursday night, Thanksgiving. The bullet struck a wall adjacent to a room where another person was inside. That person was not hurt. Steed wasn't on duty at the time. Officials say the shotgun belongs to him. He's due to appear in court at a later date. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time is 7:07. Your Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor, the leader in service. Visit clintontractor.net. Could see a mess this afternoon, or it's possible it will miss us. Here's details from Ray Stajic at the Weather Channel.
Don't like the way it's done, but it is. We're not in the lake effect bands, at least enough for the advisory, the winter weather advisory. That'll be till 4 p.m. But scattered snow showers around. Anywhere from, I'd say, none. That's the way it goes, to maybe a few inches, maybe up to 6 inches in some spots, especially north and south. As you get through Madison, Onondaga counties, into Oswego, and up further north, up into the Tug Hill Plateau. Temperatures will get to 30 and then fall into the teens late with gusty winds. Tonight, 0 North Country, easily well below 0. Wind chills below 0. A sunny, cold Friday in the mid-20s. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Cloudy skies, 29 degrees at 7:08. All right, from the IBEW Local 43 sports desk, should be a good one tonight, and with some offense included as well. It's the Cowboys hosting the Detroit Lions on Thursday Night Football tonight, a game you can hear right here on WIBX. Currently, both teams are on the outside of the current playoff picture, but obviously a win would be helpful for both. The Jets got a surprise yesterday as cornerback Chris Boyd, who was shot in the abdomen last month outside of a Manhattan restaurant, made a surprise appearance at practice. He attended a special teams meeting and spent time reconnecting with teammates and coaches. NYPD say they've identified a potential shooter, but no arrests have been made. The investigation is ongoing. A player who's been poached off the Giants squad, now gone from Big Blue. Defensive lineman Jordan Riley has been signed by the Green Bay Packers. The Giants 2-11. They have a bye coming up this weekend. The Utica Comets scored a victory last night on the road in Rochester. 4-3 was the final there. Coming up on Saturday, Bill, it's the big teddy bear toss with New York Sash and the Utica Pioneers. Utica comes in ranked 14th in the country. Oswego State, their opponent, is now number 4.
Yeah, that's going to be a big game. We'll see how all of that goes, but that's going to be a toughie. A couple things to get to. Tune in to the 2025 Keeler in the Morning Christmas Eve Extravaganza, Wednesday, December 24th, Christmas Eve from 6 a.m. until noon. Tons of guests, celebrities, wannabes. We have a few of those coming in here. I wanna be bits and songs and live music and comedy and more. It's our official kickoff to Christmas, sponsored and catered by It's a Utica Thing Restaurant and Bar. Catering. Have your holiday party catered by It's a Utica Thing with the best in Italian foods, pasta, salads, chicken riggies, greens, tomato pie, and more. Pickup or delivery and setup. Taking orders through New Year's Eve. Call It's a Utica Thing Kitchen and Bar for holiday catering at 315-738-8946 or online at itsauiticathing.com, or you can visit their restaurant on Leland Avenue in North Utica, called It's a Utica Thing Kitchen and Bar. And watch and listen to the Keeler Christmas Eve Extravaganza. Christmas Eve, 6 a.m. until noon on WIBX 950, 92.3 FM on the app, or you can watch on the Keeler live stream, which is on YouTube, which is on right now. Anything else you want me to add to that?
No, not to that.
I see a snicker, something.
Well,
you're reading messages.
I am. Lance, do you want me to jump in here, or you got another?
Let me do one more. You know how brutal Central New York winters can be, Jeff.
Yes, even though it's not even winter, it's
That's
already
right.
been brutal.
I feel like winter is over. Let's bring on spring right now.
I'm with you.
The draft sneaking in, heat leaking out, the furnace working overtime. If your windows just aren't cutting it anymore, right now at New York Sash, buy 2 New York Sash windows, get 1 free. The sale is underway. It's their best deal of the year to get rid of those old, cold, inefficient windows. We had windows put in for an addition at our home, and my wife hated them so much they were replaced after only 4 years with New York Sash windows. Man, she gets her way, doesn't she? Imagine sitting by the window with... Oops, she's up. Imagine sitting by the window without feeling that icy breeze. It's New York Sashes. Buy 2, get 1 free. You could do buy 4, get 2 free. Buy 10, get 5 free. There's no, Jeff, there is no limit to the savings. You can visit their showroom, 349 Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro, or go online, NewYorkSash.com. Schedule a free, no-pressure quote. New York Sash, let their family take care of your family this winter. And Saturday night at the New York Sash Teddy Bear Toss at the Adirondack Bank Center.
All right, so Lance and Lee says this morning that Tim Reed reminds him of Ed McMahon from The Tonight Show.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Johnny.
Certainly thinner. And
I don't know. I never heard competent discussion come from Ed McMahon.
And I don't want to start a fight here or
as
cause
he
any
starts the
issues
fight.
in the future. No, but Lance and Lee wants to know if if you're going to be taking high blood pressure medication with this. I'm just passing this on.
Pull that
with
mic close.
Katie and Heather on the Common Council. I don't want to start anything, and you don't have to address that.
I've been actually calm. I just pretend that.
Tight, right on it, right on that
this.
microphone.
They're non-existent anymore. Yeah.
Okay, 2 things I have to get to, and then we're going to get to the horse thing, which I
I'm
love.
not trying to start a fight.
First of all, with you, bed tax, you're happy with that?
Yeah,
right
absolutely.
on
The
that.
Common Council, I made a motion, pulled out of committee, and it passed 9-0. So after all the debate and all the discussion and trusting people, not trusting people, we were able to pass it and move on.
Our hotels are almost full throughout the entire year, believe it or not. Why not make a little extra money on that?
100%. And again, it doesn't go back to the property owners. It goes obviously to the people that are coming here. Anytime I go on vacation or my daughter's in cheer comp, we pay those fees and don't even notice it.
We just had a hotel in New York City. The room rate was $150. The taxes and fees and all of that, $225.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, right?
I mean,
not surprised.
It feels like it's pretty close to that.
We had to find ways to generate revenue inside the city, and that was one way. And the governor approved it, and so did the state. So.
Over to Mark. Mark Sokolowski is just pull it up just a little bit for you, and there you go. Perfect.
Good morning.
You're a little bigger. Oh, now we got mics for both of you. Okay, so you've been hit already twice with inclement weather. This week was really. What do you say to people? Should they be patient? Do you have enough plows? Do you have enough everything that you need? I know yesterday probably was a stressful day.
Well, the last week has been a little bit stressful. We're out there. We do not have the total amount of plows that we need. We did buy 2 new used plows off auction. We did receive one. It worked great. The other one we got to go get in Massachusetts next week. And we're out there.
You'll be in better place
we have a
next
GPS
week.
system now where I know where all the plows are, how fast they're going, what streets they hit. So when people call and say we haven't hit that street, I look at it and I know if we hit it or we hit. So we're going. My guys been great, and they've been working around the clock. So.
Do you need any additional plow drivers to hire plow drivers? I do know the former Mayor Paul Mary is available. If you're interested,
I would love to have him in a plow.
The last time he drove a plow, he went through the windshield.
He did. He did. I think the windshield went through him. If I recall.
He'll never admit that.
No, he will not. I do remember that the next day there was a press conference out at Griffiths, and he called Governor Cuomo Mayor Cuomo. So there may have been a concussion.
I to be honest with you, I don't think the bump on the head had anything to do with that. Say what you will. Mayor Palmieri, great guy. I don't have anything bad to say, but he would often mix things up. He called Utica the greatest little city in Utica, New York.
I do recall that.
Listen, we built skate parks and dog parks instead of plows.
That's right.
So I mean,
all right.
Speaking of that, before we move on, how many plows does the city have? Someone told me yesterday there's 3 plows.
Oh,
Is that
God.
no? I was going to say there's no
We
way.
have a fleet about 15 or 16. The ones you can depend on are maybe 11, but there's 13 plow routes, so we have to double up on plow routes. And I have 35 guys total that will work on the streets for snow cleanup, and I need 31 of those guys to do a route, to do the whole storm.
Wow,
and it's both shifts.
because you got to do both sides of the road 2 times.
I don't have enough. I don't have enough guys to do to plow the whole city during the day or at night. It's all combined in one.
I almost hit the dump button, but what he said was, that's both shifts.
Paul Buckley is in here.
It's BS, I agree, but it's both shifts. is what
I was told to watch my mouth when I came in here this morning.
All right, good. All right, so I have Katie Davis. She's on the line. We're going to bring her in a second. Talk about what you guys have done, and I love this. You now have a racehorse.
Yes, we do. It happened about last year in March. We were sitting in the suite at the Dingy Bar having a Manhattan with Charlie Batson, who's a investment guy, and he comes up to me. He goes, "You know what, Sacco? I got a great idea." I said, "What's that?" He goes, "I think we should get a racehorse, a 2-year-old. We'll give it a shot. Name it Dingy Bar. We'll get 18 more guys. We'll do 20, and let's go with it." So after we had 2 more Manhattans, it started to really sink in.
Yeah.
And John Randall, who's the New Hartford basketball coach, and Mike Least, I think his name is, social media guy. They reached out to Katie. They were going to go out and follow with Katie, do social media. One thing led to another where Katie had an agent that knew a trainer. They were going to Ocala, Florida end of March, early April to buy 2-year-old horses. They had one in our price range. We bought it, and here we are. We raced 3 times, came in 3rd in Saratoga, came 2nd twice at Aqueduct, and our trainer is very confident that we have a good shot of making some good money or even win the race in a $500,000 race Saturday at Aqueduct.
Wow.
So for 20 of us, including Mr. Ash, there's judges, there's
Rob
degenerates,
Ash is in
there's
it.
everybody.
There are a lot of people that are considered. It's kind of like the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah,
Everybody's
it's
an
awesome.
owner.
Yeah, everybody's an owner.
Yeah.
The city's been great with us. You go there, how's your horse, this one, that one. Other bars have been, I hear that they're watching it, cheering it on. Rob is reaching out to the trainer and the jockey. We're going to have a dinghy night at the Utica Commons on March 13th.
Wow.
Everything's in green. So
That's
it's
really
been pretty
cool.
awesome. It's a ride that you never expect, and we'll see what happens Saturday.
So Saturday, what time?
It's 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock in
Last race at Aqueduct. We're in the 10 hole.
Okay.
Number 10.
And how do you watch it?
You can watch it on TVG 602.
Okay.
I think it's on America's Day at the Races. You can tell I'm a degenerate horse racing
Okay.
guy.
All right.
So, yeah.
All right.
607-402-309.
And you can bet it on TVG on your account.
All right.
So, Mark, what? So you said it was 500,000. What is the?
Yeah, if we win the race, it's 275,000 to the winner.
Wow.
Then it goes 100,000, 75, and I think 50 for 4th. So anything in there would be awesome. Katie's been great with the horse. She rides that horse. She's the only one that's ever been on that horse.
Wow.
And it was on turf the last 3 races, and we're going to move to dirt and go an extra furlong.
Okay, Katie is the jockey, and she is on the line right now. Katie, good morning.
Hi, good morning, guys.
I just want to first ask you, do you realize who you've gotten yourself involved with here?
Oh, God. Actually, they fit in really well with us and the horse racing industry. So, I mean, they're
It all
great
works.
people, and I'm just really happy we all got to meet.
That is so very cool, and you have high hopes for what you're going to be able to do and what this horse can do.
Yes. When I started getting on him in Saratoga, we breeze on the dirt anyways. So I also told John, I said he's breezing really well over the dirt, but I thought let's try grass because it is the summertime and you only have so much time on the grass. So we were breezing him on the dirt, and I said, if it ever comes off the grass, we should school him in the dirt. Like, schooling means sitting him behind horses and let him get dirt in his face, and he took it like a champ. So we schooled him very well with the dirt. He breezes well over it. So I'm excited about our shot.
And this will be on Saturday, and
yes.
And what is it like being a woman jockey in this field? That's there aren't many.
Yeah.
Good to hear this answer.
No, and that's a normal question I get all the time. I always say, I don't have to fist fight the guys. I got a horse too. So if you're competitive and you are very smart out there and very strong, it doesn't matter if you're a girl or a guy. The horse is the athlete. And if you have horse underneath you and you could get to the wire first, then it doesn't matter.
And I'm assuming it's how much, and I know this probably sounds odd, but it probably won't for you, is how well the jockey, male or female, gets along with the horse, how the bond that you have with the horse. It's got to be very imperative.
So horses, it's all about energy. And dogs, it's very similar. So, like, if you go up to a dog and he's ready to bite you, it's the same as a horse. You got to read their energy. Yeah. So sometimes men come across more aggressive and think, oh, I can manhandle this horse. Well, good luck, bud.
Yeah.
You don't want to pick a fight with a horse because they're 1,000-pound and you are not as strong as them. So sometimes the feminine side of it goes a long way just because they're enjoying it. And if they're enjoying it, they will run for you.
Yeah.
Katie, you want to touch base, too, how you're in Gulfstream now and how that's been going for you?
Yeah, of course. So this is my first year in Gulfstream. My dad rode here during the winter in the 80s and 90s. My brother was here last year. My sister rode here, so I'm the last Davis to hold the tradition. And it's been fun. I mean, I love Florida. I'm running for the top 2 trainers right now, and I can't ask for a better shot right now.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying myself.
We're flying her in from Florida, so she's getting back to the cold weather for us.
Yeah.
So that's how much she loves us.
And I kind of wonder about that. With so Aqueduct runs races through the end of the year, right? And then it's got to be cold, though. I mean, it's going to be cold in New York City this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the horses, they adapt to the cold. They actually run better in the cold because it's not the dead of heat. So, I mean, it's natural for them. Honestly, I don't mind riding in the cold just because you go in and then you come back like in 10, 15 minutes and you just get warmed up.
Yeah.
But, it's just a preference.
Okay, and Aqueduct is legendary. The place is legendary to begin with, and it'll be even more legendary if you can pull off a big win here.
It would be awesome, Katie. We just got one.
We
got one thing we need you to do.
Make sure JR buys you dinner on Saturday.
Actually, we are going out to dinner.
No doubt.
We just want to make sure he pays.
Just make sure that trophy's in between you. That's all.
All right.
We just gotta win.
That's it. You got it.
Safe travels, Katie.
Thank you.
Well, listen, thank you so much. Good luck. We'll be. I didn't plan for this, but we're going to be watching on Saturday. I'm all in.
Awesome.
All right.
Great.
Thanks so much. All right.
Thank you.
Wow. That is really, really cool.
Yeah. Awesome.
Also, I like to just say the trainer we have, John Terranova from Long Island, awesome guy. His wife Tanya. They love Utica food. They love the Utica Club. They got a lot of us in those 40 days at Saratoga. Every day there was at least one of our 20 people down there patting a horse, getting bit by the horse. One was my wife at one time. So
wow.
It's an awesome experience, and we just hope this ride continues a little longer than with the winning. That's all we want.
Well, you just now. I mean, this could be enormous.
Yeah, it's awesome.
What do you think the odds are going to be when the horse takes off?
I think he'll be a long shot. I think there's
Yeah.
some horses in that race that have good pedigree like ours, but they got wins under their belt on the dirt, on the 7 furlongs, on a mile. So
you can make some money.
Yeah,
He's got a lot of spunk though to him.
Yeah,
she's been in. Again, she rides this horse hard. We have a great relationship with her. It's like a little family that you watch movies about this.
Yeah.
We don't want a movie about me and Sam at all.
A Hallmark movie.
And the horse's name is
The Dingy Bar.
Dingy Bar.
Yep.
And I can't help it in my head have this vision of, because I love to watch the big races during the summer, and in my mind I can see like the NBC reporter coming up and interviewing your group after a big win somewhere.
Well, they better have a lot of champagne when they come and see us.
I can only imagine.
But yeah, Saturday 4:00.
All right,
the dinghy will be rocking.
Okay. All right. Well, that'd be really the place to watch at your bar.
We watched it.
For those who don't know, the bar is right down by the Bargain Grocer down in that area, and it is.
Why is everyone looking at me?
I've never seen you there, Tim.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's a cool place.
It is a cool place.
But that would be the place to
It is
watch
the
it
place to
on
watch
Saturday.
it.
So.
We did send you the video of the last time the horse ran there. It was unbelievable.
Yes,
it's just
it was.
It's awesome.
All right. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dingy Bar this Saturday, 4:00. Check it out. All right. Let me do Mohawk Valley Crime Stoppers Wanted Person of the Week just quickly. I have from Rome PD, Scott Hogue on the line right now. Scott, good morning. And who is this week's Wanted Person of the Week? Good morning.
Good morning, Bill. This person's Wanted Person of the Week is Akeem A. Harper. He's a 37-year-old black male, about 5'11", 180 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. Last known address is Rome, New York. I'll get to the incident in a minute, but I'll read what the two arrest warrants are for. Criminal contempt in the first, which is an E felony. Grand larceny fourth, an E felony. Aggravated family offense, an E felony, 2 counts. Unlawful imprisonment in the second. Criminal obstruction of breathing, criminal mischief fourth, and criminal contempt in the second degree.
Okay.
Akeem is wanted on 2 separate Rome City Court arrest warrants. Akeem's charges stem from 2 domestic incidents that occurred in November of 2025. He has not been seen since. Akeem has no known address, but is still believed to be in the Utica, Rome area.
Okay. So the beauty of Mohawk Valley Crime Stoppers, and Tim is in studio as well here this morning, and Tim is on the board of Mohawk Valley Crime Stoppers. The beauty is, Tim, that this is all anonymous.
Exactly.
You're able to, someone that may know where this person is, you can use the app, the telephone, go to the web, search MohawkValleyCrimeStoppers.com. And Scott, it's the name plays no role, and there could be a reward if the person is found.
That's correct. The name plays no role. The reward rather goes through Crime Stoppers, not through the police department. Crime Stoppers looks at the tips. They send them to us. We have the anonymous tips, and we're able to follow up on them and try and connect the dots. Thanks for your help.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Scott. We appreciate it. Thanks for what you do.
Thank you, sir.
All right. It's our Mohawk Valley Crime Stoppers Wanted Person of the Week. We'll have that full story and a photo up on our website coming up here. And Manaski updates the news. Davey, today's free money question of the day is worth a whopping what?
$375.
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
$375. I think Tim gets you going.
Yeah.
I
Come
really do.
now.
$370.
He acts like it's his money.
$375. We'll do that question coming up after Manaski's news. And all that here at WIBX.
Frontotemporal degeneration, or FTD, causes uncharacteristic personality changes, apathy, and unexplained struggles with decision-making, movement, speaking, or language comprehension. It's often misdiagnosed as bipolar disorder, depression, and sometimes just a midlife crisis. Learn more this World FTD Awareness Week by visiting the Association for Frontotemporal Degeneration at theaftd.org.
Hi everyone, it's Lisa from Fit Body Boot Camp in Whitesboro and Clinton. The holidays can bring joy, but also stress, pressure, and a lot of overwhelm. That's why your 30 minutes with us matter. At Fit Body Boot Camp, you get a moment to breathe, a moment to focus on you, a space where no one judges and everyone supports. Every workout is filled with encouragement, positivity, and people who genuinely want to help you succeed. Come see why our members call this their favorite 30 minutes of their day. Happy holidays from Fit Body Boot Camp.
My Patriot Supply, America's most trusted survival food company, wishes you and yours a very Merry Christmas. As our gift to you, we've got an amazing deal on survival food kits. Buy one, gift two. That's right, for a limited time, when you grab our best-selling 4-week emergency food kit, we'll include 2 one-week kits free to hand out as gifts. That's 4 weeks of emergency food for you, and 2 ready-to-give gifts for anyone on your list who's into preparedness, or anyone who needs a nudge in that direction. But they're only available for a limited time. Grab yours at mypatriotsupply.com and give the gift of food security this Christmas. With 2,000 calories per day, 16 delicious meal and snack varieties, and up to 25-year shelf life, it's no wonder our 4-week food kit is the best-selling emergency food supply of all time. But the buy one, give two Christmas special won't last long. So claim yours now at mypatriotsupply.com. That's mypatriotsupply.com.
Stewart Shop is excited to kick off our 40th annual Holiday Match campaign. Since 1986, Holiday Match has raised more than $39 million to support local children's charities. This program runs from Thanksgiving through Christmas. And don't forget, Stewart Shops matches every donation we receive. So stop by your local Stewart's, toss your change in the bucket next to the register. Let's have another amazing Holiday Match season.
Kevin Keeler here from Thursday Night Football on Westwood One. Week 14 kicks off with a matchup of playoff bubble teams when Jared Goff and the Lions battled Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. Detroit stands at 7-5 on the season, but is coming off a loss last week. Now they face a 6-5-1 Dallas team looking for a 4th straight win. Ross Tucker joins me for the call on Thursday Night Football.
The NFL plays here all season long on WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Whatever you need to haul, landscaping tools, heavy construction gear, or even livestock, Clinton Tractor has the trailer for the job. Choose steel, aluminum, or galvanized frames from 500 pounds to 55 tons with trusted names like B-Wise, Eager Beaver, and EB. For trailers, parts, and service you can count on, visit the Caladona family at Clinton Tractor.
We are the leader in service, Clinton Tractor.
ClintonTractor.net.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Start your collectible coin journey today with the first ever Seuss coin. Hip, hip, hooray! The Grinch is here for all to see. DrSeussCoins.com kicks off your collecting spree. Now, for the first time ever, Rare Collectibles TV has licensed Dr. Seuss's beloved creations, making them come to life on collectible, adorable coins. Don't wait, or you'll be too late. Get yours today before they're gone forever. Only 5,000 examples have been minted. Each Grinch coin is made from 1 ounce of pure .999 fine silver and is in perfect condition. Give the gift of wonder and enchantment to your kids or your grandkids. Just go to DrSeussCoins.com to start this whimsical coin journey today with the limited edition Silver Grinch coin. That's DrSeussCoins.com, DrSeussCoins.com.
Hurt in a car? Call William Attar, 315-444-4444.
Mostly cloudy skies, 30 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time is 7:35. This update is brought to you by the Stanley Center for the Arts. Record cold temperatures across the Midwest this morning as polar blasts of freezing air from Canada are plunging into the United States today and tomorrow, potentially breaking dozens of daily record low temps from the plains to the northeast. That blast of cold air for our area won't come until tomorrow morning. In many towns across the region, today's high temperatures will not get above freezing. Hundreds of Border Patrol agents are in New Orleans for a federal law enforcement operation. Local reporters say federal agents rounded up groups of immigrant workers across New Orleans on Wednesday. A Border Patrol commander says the agents will remain there until the mission is accomplished. The Pentagon deploying its first squadron of so-called suicide drones in the Middle East. The attack drones, which cost around $35,000 each, were reportedly reverse-engineered from a captured Iranian drone. U.S. Central Command says the new drone was formed after Pete Hegseth ordered the acceleration of low-cost drone development. Testimony continues today in the Massachusetts murder trial of Brian Walsh. Walsh is accused of killing his wife in 2023 and dismembering her body. Yesterday, a forensic scientist testified that items linked to Anna Walsh were found in a dumpster, including a hacksaw. On Tuesday, jurors heard about Walsh's internet search history, which included searches for terms like how to saw a body. And a classic NFC matchup tonight kicks off Week 14 of the NFL. The Detroit Lions will host the Dallas Cowboys on Thursday Night Football. Both teams are on the outside of the current playoff picture. Sunday Night Football will also feature two AFC teams fighting for their playoff lives as the Kansas City Chiefs host the Houston Texans. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time, 7:37. We could see a wintry mix today, or it could miss us. Here's what we can expect from the Weather Channel.
Don't like the way it's done, but it is. We're not in the lake effect bands, at least enough for the advisory, the winter weather advisory. That'll be till 4 p.m. But scattered snow showers around. Anywhere from, I'd say, none. That's the way it goes, to maybe a few inches, maybe up to 6 inches in some spots, especially north and south. As you get through Madison, Onondaga counties, into Oswego, and up further north, up into the Tug Hill Plateau. Temperatures will get to 30 and then fall into the teens late with gusty winds. Tonight, 0. North Country easily well below 0. Wind chills below 0. A sunny, cold Friday in the mid-20s. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Cloudy skies, 30 degrees at 7:38.
It is time for Hobica's free money question of the day. And today it's, what did you say again, Davey? $375.
That's correct.
What caller number are you looking for there, Davey?
Caller number 8.
8th caller for $375. It's a good day. What will tomorrow bring on our 100th anniversary? $375 right now. Caller 8 at 315-736-0186. And we'll do it next to WIBX.
Are your windows old and tired? Hard to put up and down? Builder's grade windows just aren't made to last very long. Patriot Home Solutions is a different kind of window company. No games or gimmicks, no long drawn-out sales presentations, just high-quality, custom-fit windows at reasonable prices made right here in New York. And right now, you can get up to $2,000 off new windows from Patriot and NYSERDA. Plus, get an upgrade to triple pane windows for free. Minimum 3-window purchase. Most homeowners qualify for the savings, and income is not one of the requirements. So, write this number down, 315-401-0440. That's 401-0440. Patriot Home Solutions will tell you right over the phone if you qualify. Don't miss your chance to save up to $2,000 and get the triple pane upgrade free. Funds are limited, so call before they run out. Learn more at callpatriothomesolutions.com. That's callpatriothomesolutions.com.
Hey, you want to give the gift they'll actually use this holiday? Peace of mind? Give the people in your life something that will protect them. Go to byrna.com today. They are the world leader in less lethal personal defense. It's compact, it's concealable, it's powerful. The newest burner, compact, fits in a pocket, a purse, while delivering real stopping power for up to 60 feet away. I carry one every day. I recommend every family have a burner, every person have one. Now, it fires potent, kinetic, and aerosol rounds that can stop any attacker in their tracks for up to 40 minutes. It's legal in all 50 states. You don't need a background check. It ships right to your door. Burner gives both the gift giver and the recipient peace of mind, not just for the holidays, but all year round and for many years to come. Protect your loved ones. Safety is priceless. Visit byrna.com today and find the right launcher for you and your family. That's byrna.com.
Hi everyone, it's Lisa from Fit Body Boot Camp in Whitesboro and Clinton. The holidays can bring joy, but also stress, pressure, and a lot of overwhelm. That's why your 30 minutes with us matter. At Fit Body Boot Camp, you get a moment to breathe, a moment to focus on you, a space where no one judges and everyone supports. Every workout is filled with encouragement, positivity, and people who genuinely want to help you succeed. Come see why our members call this their favorite 30 minutes of their day. Happy holidays from Fit Body Boot Camp.
Mark Twain tonight. Emmy Award-winning actor Richard Thomas brings to life the nation's one true comic genius.
It's a comical invention, the human race, any way you look at it.
Join the millions who have cheered for the legendary one-man show by Hal Holbrook. Don't miss Mark Twain tonight.
Out of all the things I've lost, I miss my mind the most.
Mark Twain Tonight, presented by Broadway Utica at the Stanley Theater, January 13th at 7 p.m. BroadwayUtica.org for tickets.
Start your collectible coin journey today with the first ever Seuss coin. Hip, hip, hooray! The Grinch is here for all to see. DrSeussCoins.com kicks off your collecting spree. Now, for the first time ever, Rare Collectibles TV has licensed Dr. Seuss's beloved creations, making them come to life on collectible, adorable coins. Don't wait, or you'll be too late. Get yours today before they're gone forever. Only 5,000 examples have been minted. Each Grinch coin is made from 1 ounce of pure .999 fine silver and is in perfect condition. Give the gift of wonder and enchantment to your kids or your grandkids. Just go to DrSeussCoins.com to start this whimsical coin journey today with the limited edition Silver Grinch coin. That's DrSeussCoins.com, DrSeussCoins.com.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
I know, Joe. I understand. I didn't pick the 375. Davey did. I know you told him. I know. Joe, I gotta go. We're back. We're back. Sorry, Davey. I was just on the phone with Joe Habaika. Not happy is Joe. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Wait, Smitty, tell him.
Sorry.
All right.
No, don't say sorry.
Never.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's too low, and on Thursday, it's too high.
Well, every time
Maybe deal with it, Bill.
time I come up with a amount, Bill changes it.
That's
like
what I'm
30
saying.
seconds into the thing.
When
But
did I-
Don't apologize.
He's been good the last 3 weeks.
Okay. All right. Good. Let's see. Wayne, don't women have the baby now and go straight home from the hospital the same day? How is visiting a thing? That's a really good question, because in most cases, they have the women going home almost right away. My wife, however, was in the hospital for a week, and she said, I said, well, what was the reason? What medical reason would they give you that you had to be in for a week? She said there was no medical reason. It was just time away from you. I feel
So
that was enough.
Look, I don't know how much it's changed in the last decade, but 10 years ago, my son was born, and we got there on a Friday mid-afternoon. She didn't. Mama didn't actually go into labor till like Saturday morning, but I want to say we were there most of the day Saturday.
That can be the longest part of it, the beginning.
Yeah, the beginning.
Yeah,
so we were there most of the day. So and again, thank God he was healthy and everything, but they didn't it wasn't like she popped the baby out and then we walked out the door. It was like 12 or 14 hours before we left.
Yeah.
At least. As a
Well,
matter of fact,
and then what we're referring to is they're not letting people come in to visit normally because of the flu and COVID and all of that stuff. All right, Anthony is on the line in Frankfurt right now. Anthony, good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing, Anthony?
Pretty good.
All right. Well, you'll be doing better if you win the dough. $375 today. And I believe we gave it away yesterday to a former employee of the radio station.
We did.
John Steeman won $200 yesterday.
Nice.
All right. You know how this works, right? You get 7 seconds to answer the question. And good luck to you, and I hope you do well. And it's your only one answer. You got to get that answer in, get it in before the buzzer goes off, okay? All right, here we go. From the Hobica law firm, Joseph and Andrew Hobica. The name of the village, Oriskany, came from the itchy Oneida name, Oriska, which is translated to mean what? Ready, go.
A cat's name.
Did you say what?
A cat's name?
Yeah.
A cat's name. All right. So back in the day, the Oneida Nation named the township, and it was called Oriska, O-R-I-S-K. It's a place of what? A cat named Oriska. Is that correct? Is it correct?
No.
No. Turns out
it's a dog's name. No.
The clue was itchy. Do you know the answer?
No.
It's a place of
fleas,
nettles.
Oh.
You ever get into nettles?
Tim. No, I don't know what that is. Nettles.
Yeah, they're like little sharp prickers.
Gotcha. They either dig into your skin or they cause an allergic reaction. I don't know what, but you end up being you can't wash it off. It's just incredibly itchy for a while. But apparently in Oriskany, that's where the Oneidas were like, don't go to Oriska, the place of nettles.
Interestingly, I'm amazed at that pronunciation of that word. I guess it's on GPS where it's doing like turn by turn. I always say Oriskany. Yeah, and on the GPS type thing, it calls it Oriskany. And I was always like, that's such a horrible pronunciation. But it comes from Oriska.
Correct. That's where it comes from.
Well, I guess that's why it can be pronounced that way.
I guess. Well, listen, Anthony, you really don't care because you didn't win, and this is kind of pissing you off. So in order to make you feel a little better, we'll give you the all-in-one food and fun card. It is a $25 gift card, good at the Comets games, the Pioneer games, Nexus, the Adirondack Bank Center. The list goes on and on. That includes Aquavino and Babes, Taylor and the Cook, et cetera, et cetera. So you stand by, and Davey's going to get your information.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Anthony. Anthony was really not happy.
No.
And I don't blame him.
That
was a tough question. The name of the village of Oriskany came from the itchy Oneida name Oriska, which translated means a place of what? Translated, it means a place of nettles.
When I was in the service and you'd go on patrol and those things would get you, we'd call them, they were called take a break Charlies. Because,
it's terrible, yeah.
They just would cling to you and you'd trying to rip the things off and then they'd get in your hands.
Yeah,
Terrible.
they all over. It is really, really bad. This weekend is the Heenan. When translated, the name Heenan means a place of
ice hockey.
Ice hockey. That was a pretty good. He'll say no, but I think that was a pretty good Canadian accent. On the line right now is Utica head coach Gary Heenan. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
What's going on?
I don't know. There was a pregnant pause there. We were talking about pregnancies.
I think I usually give you more than that, but
you do.
We're an ornery bunch right now. So,
I know. Yeah. I mean, listen, it's been this team is trying to find itself here. They have moments of brilliance, and then, but on the other hand, you've run into you really have a tough schedule to start.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody's had a tougher schedule than us, but, it's no excuse. And we have 5 losses, 4 of them at home. All of them have been against the top 6 teams in the country. But guess what? We're supposed to be one of them.
Yeah.
So no excuses here. We got to get our crap together and start going.
I like that. I'm going to bring in Katie from New York Sash. Katie, good morning.
Good morning.
This is what year, Katie, or what year are we up to?
21.
This is the 21st New York Sash Teddy Bear Toss. Thousands and thousands of stuffed animals and teddy bears have been raised over the years. It goes to local children. Everything stays local. And something that the New York Sash family has been doing for 21 years. And, Gary, I don't know if you remember when we first – this was back when you were just getting small crowds at the Pioneers games, and you were looking for a sponsor. Who would have thought that you'd be 21 years and still going strong with New York Sash?
Yeah, I mean, it's been awesome just to have those kids grow up, the Hayes family, myself, the kids, and see them grow up 20 years. They're all in college, and they were just babies when this thing started. So it's that's a special part of it. I mean, the Hayes family has been great partnership, New York Sash, and they do all the logistics. And if it goes well at the end of the night, they come in for a couple beverages and we toast the night, which has been just a tremendous success and has really become a city-wide tradition. And even our non-diehard fans, the 2,000 season ticket holders, there's 2,000 others that come for this game and beg for tickets all week and become a pain in my butt. But it's nice
Mine
that
too,
the phone
Gary.
rings off the hook, and and Katie's no different. She's answering the bell, and how can I get tickets to this game? It's a great thing. It's awesome for the children, of course. We need a smile on our face right now, and the timing of this game couldn't be any better.
And I do know that there was that, Katie, there was that one year.
Bill, why do you got to bring it up?
I know, but I got to tell you.
Why are you sensing it's going to be another year like that, Bill?
No. What I'm saying is you've got Gary, they've gotten off to a bit of a rough start, and they're finding themselves. And Gary's like, bring it on, bring us the number 4 team in the country. We don't care.
There's no better motivation, I think, than the Teddy Bear toss game.
Yeah, I agree. Do you agree with that, Gary? I hope you do.
Well, it is. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's a great opportunity for us. The guys are going to be charged up. We do, obviously. If not, the boys are easily motivated for this game. They all want to be that goal scorer. There's discussions all week about that. Their families all fly in for this. So it should be, one where we come out full of, what, vinegar and, and let the teddy bears fly. And, as much as we say there's been some lore around this game with different things happening, and the one we lost 1-0 to eventual national champion Trinity that year, it was one of the best hockey games we've ever had played here.
Yeah.
So this should be a heck of a game. Oswego, I think, is undefeated as well, just like Hamilton was last week. And, top 5 team in the country. And, at 5-5, we're still ranked, which is remarkable. We still have the respect out there and who we've played. But heading out on the ice now, we'll figure it out. And alongside New York Sash, we hope to make this a championship evening.
And I cannot. There have been so many years that we've had great ends to this end. I mean, never the big win. Of course, we're waiting for that to happen. But we've had such great years with the Pioneers. But last year was just so exciting, and the fact that it had to be played over at Nexus and all of that. Hate to go back to last year, as it had one of the most. It was a tearjerker. Let's just say that at the very end. But this year the tournament is here, and this is the game. This would be a very, very convincing win for the Pioneers to get here, and nothing more than the teddy bear toss to inspire. That's pretty cool. So it's one thing, Katie, I think, and Gary, you reiterate this. If you have season tickets and you cannot make the game, don't let those tickets go unused.
Yeah, please.
Oh, yeah, please give them to a friend or family.
Yeah. Gary.
Yeah, in demand, and get them out of your drawer if they've been there. And we have unclaimed season tickets, people that hopefully are coming just for this game, which kind of stinks. But get in here and get those. There's a couple hundred in envelopes in the ticket office still waiting for you to get in here. But we will release a couple standing room only tickets, Bill, tomorrow. Okay. So a little exciting announcement will be released tomorrow, and you have to act quick to get the 50 or 60 that'll be released. But it'll be a full house, and 5,000 stuffed animals will go to kids in need, and and we'll do our best to put smiles on the fans' faces and perform. And you're right, it's a heck of an opportunity, and we can right the ship with this win.
And then finally, I just wanted to bring up to you, Gary, being a Hamilton grad. Hamilton is a really good quality team this year, and having this rivalry with Utica and Hamilton, I realize they got the best of you this time, but that's it is building up to be a great rivalry this year.
Well, Robbie's done a great job over there, and last year they were in the tournament as well, and a game away from playing us here, and what a game that would have been, and it was a great game last week. It was a coin flip, and they played great. They are a very good hockey team. They got one of the best players in the country in Chor, and he scored. So it should be played every year. We've got to figure that out. The crowd was great. It was a super hockey game. And, did they deserve to win? They probably did. And who knows? Maybe they'll be in this building later on in the year, and hopefully it would be against us again.
All right. Gary, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Good luck Saturday night. And, Katie, thank you as well. And a thanks to New York Sash. Thank you.
Yep, absolutely.
All right. Have a great day. One quickie to get in. Stefan, you want to talk about the teddy bear toss? I know you're a big fan.
Yes, last year I got a shirt from the Teddy Bear Toss that says 20 years on it, and I'll be at the game Saturday night. I have season tickets, a couple of pair of season tickets, and me and one of my buddies from my building here are going to be going with a couple of teddy bears.
All right, Stefan. Well, thanks for your support on that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Stefan has a birthday coming up on Monday, by the way.
Well, happy birthday.
Celebrates a big birthday. We have a pair of Teddy Bear Toss tickets to give away from New York Sash right now. Pair of tickets for Saturday night's game. If you want to go, you're gonna need to go out and get some teddy bears and some stuffed animals. But these are tickets on the house. Compliments of New York Sash. Davey, let's make it caller number 5. Fifth caller gets the tickets right now at 315-736-0186. River Hills Properties continues to be all about services, serving the public when it comes to selling their home. If you list with River Hills, you get a team that is ready to help you and lower that stress level. With offices in Barneville, Little Falls, Copenhagen, and Utica, Newport, coming soon to Rome, and down south, sunny Florida, the Gulf Coast of Florida. A whole team of real estate agents doing the River Hills thing in sunny Florida. Nobody sells homes like River Hills Properties. Call 315-896-1009. Remember, your agent, your listing agent is there every time the house is shown. You never go at it alone with River Hills Properties.
BME Company Business Machines and Equipment has been delivering office solutions for businesses in upstate New York for over 30 years. Their success comes from finding the right document management strategies and software solutions for streamlining workflows. Simply put, BME provides fast, reliable service at the best value to keep your business running smoothly. Through BME's strategic partnership with Hummel's Office Plus, they distribute supplies for just about every machine in your office at a great price. BME welcomes the opportunity to serve your business, selling, leasing, and service in Canon and Kyocera devices, as well as FP mailing solutions. An important part of BME's culture is supporting the communities they're fortunate to work in, and BME recognizes that support is one reason for their success. The future of business in BME's area is encouraging, and the company is grateful to be a part of that growth. Call BME Company at 315-574-8200 or visit BMEcompany.com. BME Company Office Solutions. Made simple.
I'm looking at that card up there, and apparently that is incorrect. Let's see. What can I do for you now? How about the forecast? Are you interested in the forecast? It's going to be a little chilly in the next 24 hours and snowy as well. Also, tomorrow is the 100th anniversary of WIBX, and we're going to be talking to John Swan about that coming up next hour after news.
From the Stanley Theater Studios, WIBX Utica, Rome. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, celebrating 100 years.
A Navy admiral deployed to Capitol Hill. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. And lawmakers in House and Senate private briefings will ask Mitch Bradley about a controversial attack he ordered in September. In the ongoing operation off the Venezuelan coast that's blown up more than 20 boats suspected of illegal drug trafficking, killing dozens of alleged narco-terrorists.
War Secretary Pete Hegseth says he saw that first strike live, but was not informed of the follow-on strike until hours later that killed the initial 2 survivors. The New York Times reports Hegseth and the Pentagon had planned for this contingency. Quote, the military would attempt to rescue survivors who appeared to be helpless, shipwrecked, or out of what the administration considers a fight. But it would try again to kill them if they took what the United States deemed to be a hostile action.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson. While Secretary Hegseth is in the middle of that, an Inspector General's report comes out today on a controversy from months ago. The Signal group chat where Hegseth discussed military strikes on Houthi militants in Yemen. A Hegseth spokesperson says the report exonerates him that he did not break the law sharing classified information. But Fox's Jennifer Griffin reports that IG
concluded Secretary Pete Hegseth, quote, created risk to operational security, and his actions, sharing operational details before the strike was complete on the commercially available app Signal, quote, could have resulted in failed U.S. mission objectives and potential harm to U.S. pilots.
It's confirmed in Israel. Another dead hostage returned by Hamas.
So Tisak Rintalak from Thailand was killed during the massacre by Hamas in southern Israel on October 7th, 2023. He was an agricultural worker employed at a kibbutz. His return means Israeli Ran Gavili is the last hostage whose remains are still in Gaza.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Luigi Mangione returns to court this morning, 1 year to the day after the murder. He's charged in the shooting outside a New York City hotel of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. A pretrial hearing continues. America's listening to Fox News.
Quiet down. Here she comes. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
The Republican House majority is about to grow by 1 at a ceremony next hour, 219 to 13.
During his Tuesday night victory speech, Congressman-elect Matt Van Epp said he's ready to go.
President Trump was all in with us, and it made the difference. In Congress, I'll be all in with him.
That begins today. The Army veteran and former state commissioner will be sworn in to represent Tennessee's 7th District. He held on to the Republican seat vacated by Mark Green last July when he defeated Democrat Afton Bain in Tuesday's special election. Van Epp said his priorities will be Tennessee's economy, reducing health care costs, and ensuring quality care for veterans. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
It's part of President Trump's economic agenda, combating what he calls a Democrat scam that things are less affordable since he took office again. It's a plan to save us money buying cars and SUVs.
Vehicle fuel efficiency standards put in place during the Obama administration and tightened by the Biden administration are being eliminated, President Trump says, to drive down the cost of a new car and keep U.S. automakers competitive.
But these policies forced automakers to build cars using expensive technologies that drove up costs, drove up prices, and made the car much worse.
The president, surrounded by leading automaker executives, says relaxing the regulations will drop the price of a new vehicle by an average of $1,000. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are up modestly the day after a big surge for the Dow, up 408 points. The Olympic torch is on the move. There was a ceremony in Athens, Greece this morning to hand over the torch, which was lit last week using a mirror aimed at the sun, to Italian Olympic organizers. They'll hold a long relay through Italy ahead of the 2026 Winter Games in Milan Cortina in early February. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
We have mostly cloudy skies, 30 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski, WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM News Time is 8:05. This news update is brought to you by the Stanley Center for the Arts. Well, Bill, some snow in the forecast today. We could see a wintry mix this morning. We'll take a closer look at your forecast coming up in just a few minutes. But currently, Oneida County is not under a weather advisory. However, Lewis County to the north and Madison County to our southwest a little bit, both have weather advisories in place for the inclement weather we are expecting later today. Again, your forecast is coming up. A bed tax on hotel stays and Airbnb rentals is coming to the city of Utica. The Common Council voted 9-0 last night to implement a 3% tax on such transactions. The fee is expected to generate at least $500,000 for city coffers. Rome Health announcing some temporary changes to maternity visitation as a way to protect new mothers, babies, and families. Now, the new rules, which are already in place, restrict maternity visitation to those who are 18 and older between noon and 8 p.m. daily. Visitors must be healthy with no signs of illness. The measures will stay in place until flu and other respiratory illnesses subside in our region. State police releasing the results of their latest crackdown on dangerous driving. Motorists were ticketed more than 13,000 times over that 4-day Thanksgiving Day weekend from November 26th through the 30th. In central New York here, 30 drivers were arrested for DWI. Tickets also handed out for more common infractions, including speeding and distracted driving. During last year's enforcement campaign, over 12,000 tickets were issued. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM News Time is 8:07. Here's a look at that forecast, and it could be tricky later this morning.
Don't like the way it's done, but it is. We're not in the lake effect bands, at least enough for the advisory, the winter weather advisory. That'll be till 4 p.m., but scattered snow showers around. Anywhere from, I'd say, none. That's the way it goes, to maybe a few inches, maybe up to 6 inches in some spots, especially north and south. As you get through Madison, Onondaga counties, into Oswego, and up further north, up into the Tug Hill Plateau. Temperatures will get to 30 and then fall into the teens late with gusty winds. Tonight, 0. North Country easily well below 0. Wind chills below 0. A sunny, cold Friday in the mid-20s. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, warm, much warmer than it will be tomorrow. Cloudy skies and 31 degrees. All right, in sports, a classic NFC matchup kicks off Week 14 of the NFL season tonight. A game you can hear right here on WIBX. The Detroit Lions hosting the Dallas Cowboys on Thursday Night Football. Right now, both teams are on the outside looking in as it relates to the NFL playoff picture, but obviously a victory tonight would go a long way in improving those chances. The Jets got a nice surprise at their practice facility yesterday. Cornerback Chris Boyd, who was shot in the abdomen in November outside of a Manhattan restaurant, made a surprise appearance at the facility. Boyd attended a special teams meeting and spent time reconnecting with teammates and coaches. The NYPD has identified a potential shooter, but officials say no arrests have been made yet. One player poached off the Giants' practice squad roster. According to NorthJersey.com, defensive lineman Jordan Riley's been signed by the Green Bay Packers. The Giants just 2-11 this season. They have a bye and then will host the Washington Commanders coming up in Week 15. The Knicks bounced back from their recent loss with a 119-104 victory over the Hornets at MSG last night. Karl Anthony Towns led all scorers with 35 points, and he collected a game-high 18 rebounds for a double-double performance. The Utica Comets picking up a victory on the road last night. 4-3 was your final as they skated to a victory at Rochester. The Comets will be home on Friday night hosting Bridgeport, and then on the road on Saturday. And, of course, don't forget Saturday night. It's the big New York Sash Utica University Teddy Bear Toss game. as number 14 Utica will host number 4 Oswego. A huge game with a couple of ranked teams. The Pioneers in need of a victory. Obviously, we just spoke to Gary Heenan a few minutes ago here on the show.
That's gonna be a big game, and
Really is.
and a really good game, very similar to the game against Hamilton, which was a really good game. I got to tell you, that I hit a deer, and I almost. So this is awful, and I almost had to call up Ricky Z and say, okay, I know I'm getting my vehicle serviced, and I know I'm using a loaner. I just hit a deer.
Another one?
Yeah, ran right out in front of me on Middle Settlement Road. And this was about 5 o'clock last night, so it wasn't completely dark yet. I mean, it was kind of dark, getting dark.
It's funny.
Right out. And this time, luckily, it wasn't pitch dark, and I hit the brakes, and I didn't hit it. But right out, and I'm going through my head is like, can you imagine having to call up Rick and say, Steve Panimas is awesome, but I have a feeling they're going to be giving up on me soon.
Yeah.
I just crashed your loaner, which I didn't.
You mentioned 5 o'clock last evening. I had something occur that it can only happen a couple times a year. So anyway, after the show yesterday, I had some errands to do. I did a bunch of stuff. And I ended up sitting down to watch something, and I kind of dozed off at about 3:45. So don't you know I wake up at 5:20, okay? And you say it's not quite fully dark, but it is pretty dark at that point. So I wake up at 5:20. I glance over, and I see my alarm clock. Obviously says 5:20. Bolt out of bed, run to the kitchen, throw my jacket on, and I'm like,
it's morning.
I'm thinking it's 5:20 in the morning, which unfortunately happens a couple times a year. This is one of them, and I think March is another time where if you look at the clock, the way it looks outside is the same at 5 p.m. at night and 5 p.m. in the morning.
That is true.
And I had one of those, oh, my God, moments yesterday. And it turned out I got to sit back down and watch what I was watching. So,
I did want to say along the lines of the vehicle, I was at the doctor's office.
Oh.
And I don't want to discriminate.
As soon as someone says that,
right.
But the butt comes, and they're going to discriminate.
But I think I'm going to. This white woman, this very old woman.
Okay.
Doesn't matter whatever she's white. Doesn't matter. I parked along the street, and there's an entrance to the parking lot, and she has parked at the entrance of the parking lot. Okay, so you have a car on the street in front, a car in back, and then the gap from the street where you would drive into the parking lot. Right. She has done a wonderful job parallel parking in front of the entrance to the parking lot. Boy. So I'm stopped. Traffic behind me stopped. Traffic on the other way coming has stopped. I'm trying to pull in, and she's walking into the doctor's office. And at this point, I'm like, okay, she's realized, because now she's reaching into her pocketbook and pulling out her keys. So we have to sit there while she unparalleled parks. Swear to God.
Oh, boy.
Okay, it gets better. It gets better. So drives in. I then go in, park, turn around and park. I'm in a good spot. So there is a car in front of me, a car behind me, and an empty space behind me. Oh. So I go into it's dentist. I go into my dentist, and I'm getting the teeth cleaning and all that, the X-rays and whatever. And there's a window to the driveway. And now I hear her say, well, I think where I parked is the wrong place, so I think if I have a second to go out and move my car. Now I'm sitting there waiting for the dental hygienist to come in, and I'm looking, and I'm seeing she pulls right up behind me. Okay, looks like it's all right. So now she gets out before I do, and she's leaving, and I see her pull out, but I see her back up a little bit.
No.
A huge scrape on my
Stop.
bumper. Huge scrape. So it must be as you're pulling. So
I
imagine
hope Ricky Z doesn't listen to this show.
Well, no, this is my car. This is
okay.
This is mine, which I just had fixed. By the way.
Yeah.
And luckily, and I got to say, they did a tremendous job. I was there last night. The service people at this may be a story, it may be a commercial. I don't know what you want to call this, but they did a tremendous job buffing it out, and you can barely see it. But on a car today, if you scrape or crack the bumper, the entire panel has to be replaced. You're talking a couple $1,000 to replace that. They did a tremendous, and it's plastic, so they did a tremendous job, and they were able to buff it out. But I'm like you now. You know why somebody who has a vehicle, whether it be a nice antique or classic car or whatever, or just a regular vehicle that you're trying to take care of, why they park sideways in a parking lot, or you'll see a lot of people, like if you're going to a grocery store or to like Home Depot, they'll park way back where there are no other cars. The reason for that is because people just...
Well, she left you a note, I'm assuming.
No note. No note. No note. And I feel bad because she was, clearly she shouldn't be driving. That's all I'm going to say. But at the end of the day, I've got this problem on my hands. So luckily, the people at Steet, that service department is tremendous, and they buffed it out, and it's still there, but you can barely see it.
Your job security for them.
I am. Well, we were quiet here in the repair department until he came along.
You ordered that deer whistle option for the car, and
anyway, they should have a whistle for that. There already is alarms, though. The minute you come close, almost every car now, if you come close, the alarm's going off.
Yeah.
Why do you keep? Because you could clearly see it was turning right, so it scraped right across and left the color of the vehicle all over the back of my car. Anyway, Steve Pawnee Mazda, you could get a lease. You could buy a new vehicle. They have great deals right now for the end of the year. It's the More to Move You sales event at Steve Pawnee Mazda. The 1.9% APR financing is on right now. New 2025 Mazda CX-70s, 90s. I love the 90, CX-5, CX-50s, with 0.9% on new 2025 Mazda CX-5s, CX-50 turbo models, and 2.9% APR financing on new 2025 CX-30s. And you can see the dealership for details. I love the fact that you now get a video. It comes to you, and your service technician walks you through the entire thing when your car's up on the lift, and they show you what needs to be done or doesn't need to be done. It's always nice when the only thing needs to be done is they got to buff out the scratch.
You see this tie rod right here? It's not broken. We won't be replacing that today.
As they say, let's make your deal at Steve Pawnee Mazda, Commercial Drive in Yorkville. Stand by. We'll come right back. We'll talk a little 100th anniversary with John Swan on WIBX.
I went in for a regular prostate screening, and my lab results showed my PSA level were elevated.
We repeated the lab test, and the second test came back elevated too. We did a biopsy, and the biopsy showed cancer in certain areas of Philip's prostate.
Dr. Ba performed a prostatectomy at Wayne Hospital using robotic surgery to remove the cancer.
We were able to cure him with smaller incisions, and he had a quick recovery.
Since the surgery, all my PSA level has been normal. I am proof that early detection can prevent something far worse.
I had been lifting something heavy, felt a tinge in my back. I also had some shortness of breath, but thought it was due to what I figured was some kind of muscle pull. I was wrong.
The episodes of pain that Ray was experiencing were actually small heart attacks. The Wynn Emergency Department was able to provide immediate life-saving care to Ray's heart.
If it wasn't for the amazing team at Wynn, I might not be here at all. I feel indebted to everyone who helped make Wynn Hospital a reality so I can get the immediate care I needed right when I needed it.
Thank you for giving my daddy back home.
Hey, you want to give the gift they'll actually use this holiday? Peace of mind? Give the people in your life something that will protect them. Go to BYRNA.com today. They are the world leader in less lethal personal defense. It's compact, it's concealable, it's powerful. The newest burner, Compact, fits in a pocket, a purse, while delivering real stopping power for up to 60 feet away. I carry one every day. I recommend every family have a burner, every person have one. Now, it fires potent, kinetic, and aerosol rounds that can stop any attacker in their tracks for up to 40 minutes. It's legal in all 50 states. You don't need a background check. It ships right to your door. Burner gives both the gift giver and the recipient peace of mind, not just for the holidays, but all year round and for many years to come. Protect your loved ones. Safety is priceless. Visit byrna.com today and find the right launcher for you and your family. That's byrna.com.
Hurt in a car? Call William Attar. 315-444-4444.
Mark Twain Tonight. Emmy Award-winning actor Richard Thomas brings to life the nation's one true comic genius.
It's a comical invention, the human race, any way you look at it.
Join the millions who have cheered for the legendary one-man show by Hal Holbrook. Don't miss Mark Twain Tonight.
Out of all the things I've lost, I miss my mind the most.
Mark Twain Tonight, presented by Broadway Utica at the Stanley Theater, January 13th at 7 p.m. BroadwayUtica.org for tickets.
He digs, he turns, he dives. It is a touchdown. It is a touchdown.
The NFL is on Westwood One.
Uncorks a deep ball downfield into the end zone. A crowd is there, and it is caught. Touchdown! Miraculous!
The NFL plays here all season long on WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Celebrating 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Hello and happy 100th anniversary to WIBX, a station that meant a lot to me growing up as a kid in New Hartford. Hey, this is Scott Carr. I went from being a 16-year-old unpaid intern at WIBX to become programming and news director of the station by the year 2000. I got to organize the 75th anniversary of the station and left in 2003. WIBX is one of the few true legacy full-service radio stations in all of the U.S., and I'm super proud to be a small part of that history. Special shout-out to Bill Keeler, my old partner in crime at the old Rock 107. And to you too, Davey. Thanks, Bill, for helping continue WIBX's legacy as a radio station serving the Utica-Rome community. And since it falls in December, I get to say, Happy Holidays, everybody.
Well, that's our good friend Scott Carr, who spent some time on the radio with us earlier in the summer, as a matter of fact. Pretty good, Davey. You were around when they all were around, because you've been here for 30 years, for God's sakes.
Yes, I was here when John Steeman was here in '96 is when I joined the staff.
And I don't know if John Swan heard this, but John is in studio now. John Steeman won Hobica's free money question yesterday.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah. I hired him.
You did hire him.
I hired him.
All right.
Yeah, he's a fine gentleman and a journalist too.
The question is, the real question on my mind is, would you ever have hired me? Bum, bum, bum.
I don't know. You never replied.
That's true. I did.
Yeah. So.
I didn't think that I'd ever reach that age, but now I'm here.
You got exactly. WIBX. You're probably thinking only old people work at WIBX. That's what you were thinking. They don't send interns out naked or any of the fun stuff.
The history was hard to. It wasn't hard to make the transition. I think it was hard for people to picture me making the transition.
Well, they were just associating, in their mind, they were thinking of Bill 1989 or something, and not Bill.
Those were good days.
Yeah.
Good days.
A quick Scott Carr story, because as you said, he left in 2003, and I was doing some part-time work here at that time, and the only Scott Carr story that I have is, it was like the second day that I was here, I was walking down the hall, and he goes, "Hey, you're a big guy. I'm moving this weekend. You got time on Saturday?"
That's one of the many variations of the fraternity of broadcast moving
Yes.
stories.
Yes.
It's like you just go to the station and say, "Hey, you want to help me move a couch?"
God
free on
for-
Saturday?
I moved Jerry Reed one time. I
Did you
remember.
really?
Some,
He'll be in here tomorrow.
yeah.
Jerry will be. So, Davey, you want to add?
I remember Scott's last day on the air before he came over and joined you.
Those were interesting times because I think Phil Stern. We're talking a little. We're talking a little reunion stuff here. The 100th anniversary is tomorrow, and talking with John Swan, who was the former news director, is the former news director, was the news director here. But I think the way it went down is Phil Stern, who didn't get along with everybody.
Anybody. I think the word is
anybody. Is
Yeah.
that the?
Yeah.
So I did not get along with Scott Carr, and he and Scott Carr were butting heads. And I was looking for a news person. Now remember, I'm doing more shock rock type radio at the time, and we needed a news guy. And I had worked with Scott back in 1989 when I first started working at Rock 107. And Scott was our news guy then. So, it's how it works in the business. You've worked with this person. I love working with people who I know, i.e. you can look at the history here. Christine, Andrew, Manaski, Davey. It's been kind of an interesting recycle here. Because you cherish working with the people. It's like when you step in, it's easy. And even when Tim steps in, it's easy. And
Not me.
You
No.
too, John.
No.
Nonetheless, Scott did not get along with Phil Stern, and he called and said, "I gotta get out of here." So we worked it out. And how did it end? Did he go on the air and say he was going to? I think he did, didn't he?
Yeah, he ended the news like at about 8:50.
Which is a major no-no.
Oh yeah.
You don't ever say where you're going next.
Yeah, it was like 8:55. I was getting ready to come in to do some work part-time still I was doing in the morning. And he was getting ready to play a CD. And he said, "Oh, watch this, Davey. I'm going to go out with a blast." And I said, "You are?" And then he started playing the song. I said, "You can't play that on the air." He said, "I can do whatever the heck I want. It's my last day." And all the managers were down in Pennsylvania for their annual.
Everybody was out of town.
So he played a song to rock his way out of the WIBX era to go work with you.
Yeah. And then
Phil,
he started with us.
Phil wasn't here at the time because he was down at the conference.
So, and then we began our next the bit that lasted for really almost a year. It was getting our audience to try to call in to Phil Stern's audience on IBX.
Which I liked through.
And every day, you were this phone screener back then, and every day our audience was calling and messing with Phil Stern. Every day.
I remember, I think Phil Stern's modus operandi was coming up with stuff that would just tick everybody off. Because I remember one he did, he made this decision to say that lake effect snow doesn't exist.
Yes.
Right.
And
it's just snow. It's not lake effect.
It's not
snow.
lake effect. And people were just madder than a hornet calling in and whatever. And just, I mean, I can't imagine, Davey,
his whole approach was to be a contrarian, right?
Yes.
In an age on talk radio where that was still relatively new.
It was, however, it's funny because I at one point brought Phil Stern to work over with us. He left IBX and came to work with us over at Galaxy, and he was on WTLB, I think, and there were some interesting things there. But I remember saying to Phil, I get it, you want to be controversial, but because I kind of had a little bit of history doing that, I said, but you have to make it seem a little more realistic. Coming out and saying something so outlandish that it's not believable, like lake effect snow isn't real. I mean, come up with something that it creates a real argument. But he would go out there way on a limb, and people would just become furious. Did we get him booked? Did you reach out? Because I really would love to talk to Phil Stern.
Yeah, I tried. I tried the two contacts that I had.
He's out there somewhere.
He's writing books, as a matter of fact, like you.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll work on your forward, John.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe we could get it. Maybe we could
You'll
cooperate.
need a proofreader.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll try to work my magic.
Some of your memories and accomplishments while
like the
while
corners
being
of
here.
my mind,
like the corners,
misty
yes.
watercolored memory.
Yes.
So I was thinking about this morning, and let's do it in categories, and you'll be a hell. He's pointing on the radio, which is I'm pointing at Mr. Reed.
You
big fires that I recall during my tenure, and I'll just name them 3 quickly. The Devereaux Block, a historic building downtown. I think it's the site of the Ellen A. Hanna Mini Park now, possibly. The Shoe 2 Tavern in West Utica, which was a hot spot and a huge fire. That must have been like 85, maybe, something like that.
Yeah.
Tim saying like, no, I was a boy there. I don't remember what you're talking about. And the Cannatina Apartments, which was the sort of twin to the Olbeston, across the street and down the block a little bit.
They were exactly, they were twins.
Is that where
right across the street?
Is that where the nurses' park is now?
No. That is where the laundromat is now.
Oh, yes.
24-hour laundry, yeah.
The Colonial
So imagine an
laundromat.
Olbeston across the street facing sort of the Olbeston. Beautiful.
Those
old,
were and actually what they did to the apartments, the Olbeston is.
That's what I've heard.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I hope it stays that way. They really did a great because it's
so fires
protected. But interestingly, those were high-end apartment buildings. Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Politics. Politics is universal and always ongoing. But I can remember 3 resigned in disgrace stories. 1 Utica Common Council, 1 Utica Mayor's office, and 1 state assemblyman. All happened within my time. I name no names.
Well, I now you have me curious. So
too bad.
So it had to be.
The mayor's easy.
It had to be Hannah. Hannah was that one.
You were around. You remember?
I was. We covered that pretty. That one was one that went from news over to rock radio. That kind of had an interesting twist
but
to it.
about Hannah, people are looking at Trump now as a political phenomenon. And if you go back to the 70s and during the first Hannah era, and then the second one,
very similar.
Very similar because there's a populist appeal, a wealthy man. This is what people always used to say when they wanted Ross Perot to be president, and he got 20% of the vote.
Yeah. Which, by the way, may not sound like that's a big deal for a third-party candidate.
Yeah, it was a huge deal.
Yeah.
We need a zillionaire who's a businessman who will run government like a business.
Sound familiar.
That was the Ross Perot appeal. That was Ed Hanna's. I'm for you against the media, and I'm against the establishment, and I'm going to clean up government, and I'm beholden to no one.
It can't be bought.
I almost think that Trump had to have seen the CBS report
that 60 Minutes
on Ed Hanna because it's so interesting. It's so similar. And, Hannah Call having nicknames for everybody. And, I mean, just remember, here was a mayor that went on the radio, had his own radio show.
Yes.
Went on the radio and saying that the fire department was making up fires just to annoy him by driving by City Hall and
with their
blaring
sirens
the
on.
sirens.
Yeah.
That was his, in his mind.
That was his reality.
That was real.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
God rest his soul.
Yes.
But
to this day, people will say, very similar to Trump, people will say, when he had his flaws, but boy, he got stuff
and
done.
And those free hot dogs at Hanna Park.
That is true.
The other thing about politics is the live coverage that we did and the debates that we sponsored, both with the Observer-Dispatch and also with one of the television stations, I can't recall which. And some of the debates, actually, we staged on location. So we did a remote, a panel. Imagine what an undertaking that would have been back then. And it was.
Yeah.
So there's a rag bag, smorgasbord of recollections.
I find it interesting when you look at the long period of time the station has been on the air. The different stages that it went through in the very beginning, it was almost experimental in the very beginning, at the very, very beginning. But then it became the only form of entertainment during that golden age.
Radio. Yeah. And then ever after, along with the rest of the industry, it has radio has been declared dead how many times?
I know,
right?
yeah,
Television in the late 1940s and early 50s, radio is going to be dead. And radio bounced back, and radio bounced back with the talk era of Rush Limbaugh, AM, I'm thinking of specifically, and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
radio
you think about
persists.
how Rush Limbaugh and political radio, political commentary, how it really saved AM radio.
Right.
All of a sudden, it became a thing. And the one thing that still exists today is sports. Is still
sports talk.
If you can't watch it, to be able to listen to it on the radio is really big. And then there's sports talk as well, which Jeff was one of the sports watch.
Yeah, that was something. It was the whole reason I got involved in broadcasting and radio was listening to Brad Davies and Brent Axe. I used to listen to that show when I was in high school every single night. I would look forward to it. They were so good.
Brad had worked with me, and what was interesting there is he took a little element of that morning radio, the antics, just a little of that unorthodoxy, and moved it over to sports talk, and it worked. It was really, really good. And Brad went on to work in Rochester and Houston, and he'll be on the radio tomorrow with us, as a matter of fact. So any other? I mean, some crazy things have happened over the years, including caricature mugs.
We even had a mug.
Yeah.
This is the artwork for the mug.
I guess if you were
this way?
pointed that way, you would. Yeah, you can kind of see
that
it
is
there.
so cool.
So
I do think that is so cool.
We were wondering, so we knew that was you.
Yeah.
And we knew that on the far side was Danny Clinksdale,
host of Sports Watch.
But we did not know
the
who was in the middle.
Is a guy named Adam Shapiro, who was from Long Island and went to SU, and I hired him, and he was a reporter and an anchor and a fine individual. I know he's aware of the doings. I don't know if he's going to call in or not. But,
I know he's on the list of people. We'll have a lot of them calling in tomorrow. And then in your career, John, you went on from here to television.
Television.
Right?
Yes, that's radio with pictures.
With pictures.
Yeah.
Which isn't always the best.
When I go to a TV interview, I always take a record album with me, just like I bring a big visual aid
That's
or
important.
radio interview.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
I went on to television. I worked at SUNY. I did some other stuff, and now I'm back again. Here I am.
Here you are, and now John is an author with a pretty cool niche, I think, in the book world.
Yeah, it's a Charlie Chan series for people who know what Charlie Chan is. A character, a Chinese detective in Honolulu, a fictional character based on a real person, and was fabulously famous and successful in films and books, starting in the 1930s all the way through the 1970s.
All right. Anything?
I just wanted to add here that because I was unfamiliar with this, John mentioned the Cantina Apartments.
Yes.
Once located near the corner of Genesee and Oswego Streets. I'm actually pulling this info from the Oneida County History Center. It was said to be designed like the Olbiston, which was further north on Genesee Street. That fire he mentioned was in March of 1994. Estimated damage at $200,000, which today it would have been over millions, right?
Wow, right.
2 firemen were injured fighting the blaze. Firemen experienced difficulty removing the tower of the building, which was caked from top to bottom with a thick layer of ice.
Yeah.
And then interesting in the comments down here, it says, did this building burn for 2 weeks?
Smoldered. I mean, think of the fire at Charlestown, for example.
Right.
Like an underground coal
Kept
mine
popping
fire.
back up
Just went
and-
on and
yeah.
on. Yeah, but that was a huge fire, the Cantina, and it did. It smoldered, and they had to watch it and knock down any hot spots for quite some time.
It is quite interesting when you think of all of the stories that have been on this station through the years.
Tom
we really
Coyne,
go back.
Tom Coyne and I were working the morning of the Challenger explosion, and that was a time when space shuttle launches had become so normalized that the
Mundane.
networks went, okay, it's off, it's running, and they cut back to regular programming. And then, of course,
1986 or 85?
87, I think.
Yeah,
I don't
somewhere
know.
in there.
My memory's not as good as it used to be.
But then you go way back and just think of all of the moments in history that this radio station has reported on over the years. That's incredible.
And I'll just note the Cantina fire is different than the Cantina fire, which was in 2023 on Varick Street. It was a Caribbean restaurant bar over there that burned down on Varick Street. But a lot of when you said Cantina, I put in Cantina, and it was pulling up info from a fire a couple of years ago.
And despite
so, just a
rumors
note.
to the contrary, there was no connection between the two fires of similarly named establishments.
No. but we dug in.
Yes, we looked into that.
All right, John, as always, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you, gentlemen. Good luck with the anniversary doings.
As I say, congratulations on your part in all of this. So thank you.
Great to be a part of it.
Quick break. It's 8:39 at WIBX.
BME Company Business Machines and Equipment has been delivering office solutions for businesses in upstate New York for over 30 years. Their success comes from finding the right document management strategies and software solutions for streamlining workflows. Simply put, BME provides fast, reliable service at the best value to keep your business running smoothly. Through BME's strategic partnership with Hummel's Office Plus, they distribute supplies for just about every machine in your office at a great price. BME welcomes the opportunity to serve your business, selling, leasing, and service in Canon and Kyocera devices, as well as FP mailing solutions. An important part of BME's culture is supporting the communities they're fortunate to work in, and BME recognizes that support is one reason for their success. The future of business in BME's area is encouraging, and the company is grateful to be a part of that growth. Call BME Company at 315-574-8200 or visit BMEcompany.com. BME Company Office Solutions. Made simple.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hi everyone, it's Lisa from Fit Body Bootcamp in Whitesboro and Clinton. The holidays can bring joy, but also stress, pressure, and a lot of overwhelm. That's why your 30 minutes with us matter. At Fit Body Bootcamp, you get a moment to breathe, a moment to focus on you, a space where no one judges and everyone supports. Every workout is filled with encouragement, positivity, and people who genuinely want to help you succeed. Come see why our members call this their favorite 30 minutes of their day. Happy holidays from Fit Body Bootcamp.
The holiday sale is on. Save up to $1,350 at Mattress Express on New York State's largest selection from New York State's largest specialty bedding store chain, Mattress Express. Hurry in, go to mattressexpressny.com.
Don't like the way it's done, but it is. We're not in the lake effect bans, at least enough for the advisory, the winter weather advisory. That'll be till 4 p.m., but scattered snow showers around. Anywhere from, I'd say, none, that's the way it goes, to maybe a few inches, maybe up to 6 inches in some spots, especially north and south. As you get through Madison, Onondaga counties, into Oswego, and up further north, up into the Tug Plateau. Temperatures will get to 30 and then fall into the teens late with gusty winds. Tonight, 0, North Country easily well below 0. Wind chills below 0. A sunny, cold Friday in the mid-20s. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Currently, we have a little bit of snow falling out there. Is that correct? We're at 29 degrees. Currently, Jeff is checking what in the old days we would call the weather window.
I'm on assignment.
The weather is brought to you by the Holiday Spectacular going on tonight at Mohawk Valley Community College with the Caroga Lake performers. I forget exactly. It's the Caroga Lake Music Festival Winterfest, and it happens tonight at MVCC. It's at 7 p.m. If you're not there, Paul Buckley will be
upset. It's the Tchaikovsky, is that how you say it?
Tchaikovsky
Holiday Spectacular.
Yes.
When Buck came in, I haven't seen this, and I would like to get out there tonight, but he said it's just amazing. It's a live musical performance. He said it will put you in the Christmas spirit, and again, he's guaranteeing all tickets, again, because It is free to attend. You seldom get to see such a great show for free, and it's tonight at MVCC.
We have a spare room in our home, and last night I was sitting in my dental chair looking at the masks on the wall, thinking, what were we thinking when we did this? I'm thinking, Ryan Nobles.
That's not your decor choice. That's not.
You know,
I mean, there's anything creepy about that?
I almost feel like they were real faces from people like on the wall. It was really creepy.
So I, from what I'm told, the explanation for that is that apparently one of Jeffrey Epstein's, and I guess we should update our listeners as to what we're talking about.
Yeah, by the way, this is Ryan Nobles from NBC. You were actually explaining this story on the set of the NBC Nightly News last night.
And the set of the Today Show this morning. I'm actually at 30 Rock right now, overlooking the beautiful Rockefeller Christmas tree, which I got to see in person last night for the first time. That was pretty exciting. Yeah. Yes, and so the House Oversight Committee, the Democrats on the House Oversight Committee yesterday released about 150 photos and videos inside of the Epstein Island estate, the compound where Epstein brought a lot of his victims during the height of that conspiracy. And one of the pictures that was probably the most interesting and, as we said before, the creepiest was this picture of a dentist chair in a room and all these weird-looking masks hanging on the walls of said room. And I guess one of the theories that's floating out there is that apparently one of Epstein's ex-girlfriends was a licensed dentist. And so the theory is that she was actually practicing dentistry on the Virgin Islands at his compound in that room. So I don't know if that makes it better or worse, but that is one of the theories that's floating out there as to what is behind that picture.
What about in the masks? Any idea?
No one seems to know anything about the masks, other than that's just a decor art choice by Epstein. Yeah. And another example of just how creepy and weird the guy was. And I think part of the reason why people want to know more information about him, right? What was going on in this place? People keep asking me, what did we learn about these pictures? I don't think that we learned anything specifically, but I do think it kind of confirmed a lot of theories people had about what this place was like, which is like kind of a eyes wide shut, weird, a place where a lot of kind of questionable activity took place, and a lot of that questionable activity involving women, underage women who were there, who were coerced there, not without their full consent. And I think that it serves as kind of the basis of this whole controversy and why there are so many people pushing to get as much information out as possible about it.
So it is going to be interesting. Obviously, the president is saying he's been completely exonerated. There's nothing there. But I wonder, and I do wonder what's going to be released. There have been some hints. For instance, anything that is legally able to be released that isn't a part of a current court case. You're now eliminating a lot of stuff. And then the redactions, and the redactions are redacted. So we're not able to see what is being redacted. So I guess my question for you, Ryan, is what is going to make the public feel like, we've seen everything we need to see?
So my answer to that is I don't think we're ever going to get to that point. And we've talked about this before, and I think the biggest problem with this story, and I think it's the biggest problem for the White House, is that it is by definition a conspiracy theory. And what that means is that there are a lot of people on the internet that have speculated and believe that they think they know that this Epstein controversy is part of a wider conspiracy that involves some of the most powerful people in the world, that could even involve a broader sex trafficking ring all across the world, that it actually involves more than just sex, that there's money involved in it. There are theories that there are, secret intelligence sharing, that he may have been an intelligence operative for foreign countries. And none of that has been specifically confirmed. The things we know for sure is that there were a group of young women who were taken advantage of by Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein, and we know that there were powerful men who took advantage of those women being taken advantage of.
Yeah.
How far the conspiracy goes beyond that is still an unanswered question, but the kind of the gap that's been filled in by people on the internet has just run wild.
Yeah.
And so I think, if you got every single document ever collected by the Department of Justice, I don't think you'd ever be able to prove the conspiracy theories that exist on the internet. And so first of all, I think it's a kind of an unwinnable equation for anyone involved in this investigation to kind of meet the standard that the people on the internet have set. But also, to your point, there are so many limits to what is going to could potentially be released. Is it part of an active court case? The other thing that's in there is it a part of an active investigation? And President Trump has basically said, start investigating people again as a way to try and stand in the way of some of this information coming out. And then there's also the protection of the survivors, the people that don't want their names connected to this. That could lead to redactions and information being fully released.
And when you say survivors, that is twofold. There's the victims who are survivors who don't want to be connected to it. But then on top of it, there are people, many cases very wealthy people and influential people and political people who don't want they would be considered, I think Mike Johnson was the one that said it creates a whole new category of victims, which I think is pretty insensitive on his part.
Totally. That's exactly right. I think to a certain extent, there's I think we often, the Republicans who have kind of been standing in the way of the full release of this information have kind of hid behind the veil of protecting survivors while at the same time ignoring the passionate pleas from the survivors that have gone public and have demanded that this information be released, that they want this information to be released so that everyone involved will be held accountable. And I think that's been a big part of what's prevented everything from coming out. But then the other thing, which I also think may be the most important equation here that people don't talk enough about is that the Department of Justice just did not do a very thorough investigation at the time when that investigation needed to be done. They papered over this. They made excuses for Jeffrey Epstein. So,
this goes back. This goes back.
Yeah, part of the reason he wasn't convicted was because they didn't do enough evidence collection at the time. So it's not as if you're going to unearth something that isn't there. And they didn't interview enough people. They didn't collect enough documents. They didn't go to the scene of where a lot of these alleged crimes took place. So yeah, I think that there's more to it than just kind of the base things that the conspiracy theorists think will be enough to unveil everything.
Speaking with Ryan Nobles from NBC, Tim Reed is in studio here. Tim.
Hey Ryan, do you think that maybe that this, to a certain extent, is a forced fire that is of the president's own making in regards to making a lot of campaign promises about, the visibility of this and everything was going to come out and whatever. And once it started, it just took on, it was like the Frankenstein monster and just took on a life of its own?
Oh, there's no question about that. I mean, we talk about this a lot, that in President Trump's 2024 campaign, he basically became the island of forgotten political causes, right? He took these frustrated people who felt as though no one was listening to them, but had an axe to grind on a number of different occasions and said, come join me. I'll take on your cause. And that's, the Maha Moms, right? That's the Robert F. Kennedy Jr. wing of the party. It's the foreign interventionist wing that wanted us to get out of Afghanistan and not invade other countries. And a big part of that was the Epstein truthers. And the Epstein truthers were generated and they were created in the conservative podcast brosphere, if you will. And Trump told all of them, we are going to get to the bottom of the Epstein affair. And that just took on a life of its own, is exactly how you describe it, Tim. And so now that's coming home to roost. He's in power. He won, and they're demanding he make good on those receipts. And at every turn, he stood in the way of that. And more than I think it's a pretty obvious reason why is that because his name continues to pop up every time there's a new revelation, and maybe he's not guilty guilty of any crime, and no one's accusing him specifically of being a part of any crime, but there's an embarrassment level here of having any association with Jeffrey Epstein. And we're seeing very prominent people. Larry Summers from Harvard, a former White House official, basically has been castigated and removed from all public life as a result of it, even though he's not accused of doing anything criminal. And I think that's part of what President Trump is trying to avoid.
I just would like you to talk about the current state of where we are right now. This Hegseth stuff is something else that doesn't seem to be going away. And Republicans are now beginning to say, we need answers to this. And then the Marjorie Taylor Greene, our own Congresswoman, Elise Stefanik, who is in a battle with Mike Johnson. This is the very first time we have seen dissension in a very loyal Republican Party, loyal to Trump. The first time we've seen dissension.
Listen, Republicans are freaking out right now. I don't think there's any better way to describe it. The election in November was an earthquake. I don't think they fully realized just how angry and upset the American people are about the state of things in this country. And I think that they had kind of wished into an existence a belief that the Americans were blaming Democrats as much as they were blaming Republicans. And while there's quite a bit of evidence to show that the average American doesn't necessarily trust Democrats either, it's clear from the election results, not just from November, but what we saw this week in Tennessee, that they blame Republicans more. And if they have to choose between two awful choices right now, they're going to choose Democrats. And so they're trying to figure out how to get out from underneath this. And I think there's been an ongoing problem for Republicans in the Trump era. And make no mistake, in many respects, Donald Trump saved the Republican Party. After the Obama years, it looked like Republicans were in the wilderness. And he created a coalition that did not exist before with Republicans. But the problem was, and the problem continues to be, that coalition only exists with him at the top of that pyramid. And what we're seeing in every election in the Trump era where Donald Trump's name is not on the ballot is that political currency is not transferring to other Republican candidates. And as a result, many of these Republicans are like, well, if Donald Trump's not going to help me, then I need to kind of create my own lane here. I've got to say I'm in favor of releasing the Epstein files. I'm not a fan of foreign intervention. I do think that there's an affordability crisis, despite President Trump trying to tell you that all three of those things are not a problem. And I think there are many individual Republicans that are starting to realize that if they don't carve that niche for themselves, they could be in trouble in November.
Ryan Nobles, as always, we appreciate it. We'll do it again soon. Enjoy the rest of your week.
All right, guys. Go Bills.
Thanks. Go Bills.
We need a big one this weekend.
We need it, and we need it to continue. Thanks.
Yep. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good
Ryan
one.
Nobles. Quickly, portions of the program brought to you by the Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills, the area's premier osteopathic medical clinic. And they'll be accepting new patients again as they add new providers at right around the first of the year. If you have questions, call the Falcon Clinic at 315-507-4751. Dr. Zielinski, Dr. Shemaleski, Dr. Kaczynski, and others under one roof at the Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills. John Decker is the chief White House correspondent with Great TV's on the line right now. We go from Ryan to John. John, good morning.
Hello there. Nice to follow Ryan, who I know very well. And I was about to ask before he said at the end Ryan Nobles, or you said Ryan Nobles. I was like, that guy's pretty smart. I like what he's saying. I agree with everything he said.
Yeah, it is interesting right now. The first time we've seen a bit of a breakup. It is very, very interesting. Your thoughts on all of it?
Well, what are you referring to? A breakup?
Well, the breakup of, we're talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene.
That part.
Elise Stefanik, who is now battling Mike Johnson, and she's if she's running for governor, she doesn't have to worry about somebody primarying her in New York. So it is quite interesting to watch.
Oh, that part's interesting for sure. But the president, I covered him in the first term, and I cover him now. He is someone who's always focused on Donald Trump first and foremost. So he's not someone who's a team player necessarily, and that's something that Marjorie Taylor Greene has found out. I can't think of any Republican who's more loyal to the president than Marjorie Taylor Greene. But she, according to the president, was disloyal to him on a few issues. And because of that, she's on the outs.
She's on the outs.
And because of that, she's no longer going to be a congresswoman. She's leaving Congress, I think, effective January the 5th of next year.
Are we looking at the final days of Pete Hegseth?
No, he plays to an audience of one, and that's Donald J. Trump.
Yeah.
And as long as President Trump likes Pete Hegseth, and I think he loves him, he supports him, he's safe in his job. So there could be all kinds of Republicans calling for his head, asking for him to resign, saying he should be fired. It doesn't matter. As long as President Trump wants him there, he will remain as the Secretary of Defense. He will remain the person leading the Pentagon.
Going to be interesting to see, as the president yesterday said, if there's a video, let's put it up there. I have no problem with that. Put the video out. Going to be very interesting.
Well, I think that would really clarify things
for
a lot of senators who are very concerned. And so I think that's going to be really interesting to see whether Admiral Bradley, who is giving a classified briefing to senators on the Senate Armed Services Committee, comes armed with that video and shows them that video. That will clear up a lot of concerns that they have about that second strike on that alleged drug boat.
From the Stanley Theater Studio,
Thank you, John.
WIBX Utica, Rome, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, celebrating 100 years.
This is a Fox News alert. An almost 5-year-long manhunt is over. I'm Dave Anthony. They found the man suspected of planting bombs in Washington the day before the infamous Capitol riot.
The arrest was in Virginia. Federal law enforcement sources tell Fox they've captured the man they believe placed pipe bombs near both the Republican and Democratic National Committee headquarters in Washington, D.C. on the night of January 5th, 2021. The devices were found the next afternoon while people were storming the Capitol. They did not detonate. No one was hurt, but the FBI says they could have been lethal. All the public has seen of a suspect is grainy video of someone wearing a hoodie, gloves, and a face mask.
That's Fox's Chris Foster. A Navy admiral who ordered a controversial attack goes to Capitol Hill next hour, facing a lot of questions about the operation off the Venezuela coast, blowing up boats, trafficking illegal drugs, killing dozens of so-called narco-terrorists. President Trump supports it.
Whoever are piloting those boats, they're guilty of trying to kill people in our country.
Admiral Mitch Bradley will do private briefings with House and Senate committees focused on a second bombing on one boat targeting those who survived the first one.
The September 2nd strike was the first of more than 20 attacks on alleged drug smuggling boats over the past 3 months. War Secretary Pete Hegseth says he saw that first strike live, but was not informed of the follow-on strike until hours later that killed the initial 2 survivors.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson. Luigi Mangione will soon return to court in New York City a year to the day after the murder he's charged in the shooting of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. As a pretrial hearing continues, earlier this week, Fox's CB Cotton reports Mangione's arrest in a Pennsylvania McDonald's days later was in focus.
Body camera footage played in court showed the moment officers decided to detain Mangione and read him his Miranda rights about 20 minutes after he was first approached. More body camera footage played in court showed officers searching the backpack where prosecutors say a gun, a silencer, and a notebook of writings was found.
Mangione's lawyers trying to get the evidence excluded at his trial, claiming it was obtained before he was read his rights. America's listening to Fox News.
Quiet down, here she comes. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver on